Welcome everybody to an extra special version of League of Legends here over at CMSA eSports. I am Justin Gunny Hartman, joined of course by the wonderful master of computing, Vibros. Welcome everybody. Tonight for League of Legends actions, we are going to be following the Ruby division, and we've already got a good fart from Blaine. Thank you so much, friend. We are ready to rock with the Ruby division. We're going to be following Zangi's team. Which team is Zangi playing on tonight? Vibros. Beautiful. So we'll be following Naughty Noxons for all three games tonight that they'll be competing in. This is week 2 of season 15 for CMSA. And it might be a muted Vibros right now, but you're catching it. We'll be up and running. If you didn't hear, Naughty Noxons is who we are following. And if you don't know who we are CMSA eSports. We are the largest LGBTQIA plus group in playing games in the Midwest, or apparently maybe even the world. We're not sure. But we're happy to be here. We're excited to host these fantastic games. We have some wonderful competitors in our Ruby League tonight. That is our League of Legends league that plays in that high gold, low plat area. This is the first season in a little while that we've had 3 divisions again. So we have our Pearl League, our Ruby League, and our Topaz League. So we're excited to have perhaps our first sneak peek into the Topaz League coming next week. So if you don't have any plans next Tuesday, be ready to tune in there for those games. Beautiful. While we get started, both of us are League of Legends players. I happen to play in the Pearl League as a jungler. Vibros, a former League of Legends star, now no longer playing with us. What happened, Vibros?
This is a conscious decision that I made to let go of League of Legends because Riot Games does not want to have their games on different platforms, such as like the Steam Deck or any computer running Linux. And so this is a form of protest for me. And also the game is bad. Game's just bad. And it's a money sink, really. There's a lot of money that I've poured into this game, and Riot Games should be ashamed of themselves.
Oh, you heard it here first. Small indie company needed some extra funds to support, and Vibros is not willing to support. Apologize, I think I'm in low poly mode right now. I'm not sure how to fix this, but this is where we're going to live for a little while. I'll get a little bit smaller when the action starts. I think more importantly, if we look around here, Vibros, this new layout we got is just
Oh
fantastic.
my God, who did that?
Look at the movement.
Whoa.
Shout outs to everybody behind the scenes. One of them right here in front of the camera helping out. Thank you,
Who?
Vibros.
It's me.
Oh man, I think Robin, we might get some pixelated dogs at some point here. They're hiding nearby. There's one across the room. Oh,
Thanks for the
he saw me
follow,
looking.
Hunter.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see very soon. So we're just
So
getting ready for teams to set up here.
yes, I'm watching the uh, the lobby. Everyone seems to be in their place. I'm not sure what they're waiting on. I hope they're not waiting on me. This is the first time I have casted a regular season of League of Legends. Oh, I'm seeing a little ready. Okay,
Good.
I think they're gonna start soon. Any
Just
second
give him
now.
the signal. Give him the hand signal, Vibros.
Uh, Ready. I'm casting and producing. Yeah, I've got the game on my laptop and I've got the stream in front of me. So hopefully this I tested it out like an hour before stream and it was giving me issues, but I was able to pull it off. And so hopefully we can get this going
Some people
soon.
have a multi-cam setup. You have a multi-computer
Here we
setup to
go.
get
We're
this
going into
running.
draft now. I'm gonna switch over to the main layout.
There we go. That's great. I feel so much less pixelated when I'm much, much smaller.
Who dares defy my will?
Yeah, Kled's dropping here. It hasn't been that long, and we see the patented Zangi Jarvan getting banned out here. It looks like we have the teams Chef Zangy, Mystifer, Captain Felch, Sour Sam, and John. So we actually have double trouble from the Pearl League coming up in this game. So we're going to get to follow them all night, actually. As the dogs are getting into the cord works now for the computer. Hiding off cam here.
Let me get in there.
Yeah, patented Captain Felch Tristana here. You don't want to give him that much of a comfort pit walking in, but I'm really hoping to see it later tonight. Fan Fortune will drop here. So we know that the team we'll be watching all night is the Naughty Noxians. Who are we playing against here again, Vibros? Oh, the Yordle Yas Queens. This is the team of Blaine, who has already left their presence here in the stream. Blaine, Dr. Fox, Jongdae, Latimer, and Zrozen. So we'll actually have 4 of our former Pearly players playing up in the Ruby League. These are our people. This is our time. Beautiful. Seraphine coming through. John could be picking it up here. I'm going to guess John is likely playing down the support role. Actually, a full Pearl bot lane here could be what we're seeing. And John is in the chat roasting me at the same time. Fantastic. Yeah, just unstable. I'll just move farther away. See, the Echo does drop in that last bit here. We're getting a Silas Lux combo, so even more Pearl shoutouts here. The Lux coming through into this game. So everybody watching the stream knows this is a favorite pickup in the league. That bald lady making her presence known finally here in a Ruby matchup. Shyvana coming through too, so likely a jungle pickup here.
Oh, you know what? My mic wasn't on again for this layout. I'm gonna keep an eye on that.
It's one of those silent streams.
From me.
Jin Ezreal flash here, so likely Captain Felch gonna get their pickup here, and it is a patented captain pick in the Ezreal. Shyvana could be a flex pick here a little bit. We'll see where they end up, but most likely going to be taking into the jungle as a dragon being flashed down for the bot lane.
Do you think Zangy is playing Shyvana jungle?
I wonder now. I'd be interested to see this flexed maybe to the top lane here. We have Sour Sam. Could be a pick there, so could be sitting on a flex temporarily.
I've got some insider information actually on Shyvana, and Zangy has been practicing Shyvana for the last, let's say, 8 games that he's played.
Oh my goodness.
So we're getting a Shyvana jungle for sure.
Likely Shyvana, yeah. Gonna come out then.
And in all the games that he played Shyvana, they were all arenas. I don't know much about arena this go around, but I think he's found his new favorite champion.
A new calling. The classic effect when you play a champion that gets banned out enough, you eventually become an expert elsewhere. We've seen it time and time again with several players in this league too. Hello friends, just joining us. You're getting into game 1 here. So we see the final bans come through, Ari dropping, as well as looks like Dr. Mundo and Zoe. Last ban now to come.
People in chat roasting you.
This might be a great time to remind you that we are a beautiful, hardworking nonprofit, and we take all forms of donation here. We accept any money to help us with things like setting up events, hosting things in the local Chicago area, getting people together, maybe buying some webcams. Whatever you could throw to us, we love it. Check us out. Go over to shop.cmsaesports.com too. The link is in the chat right now. If you haven't seen the new merch to match the new layout here, go check it out because there's a lot of new items in there. And I haven't ordered mine yet.
I think I'm gonna get a mug.
What about the water bottle?
I already have a water bottle.
Oh, I did hear you talking about that crop sweatshirt too.
Yes, that one I am
Pre-cropped.
definitely eyeing.
I think 2 options on that one too. I haven't been to the store site in about
Oh no!
13 minutes, so there could be new things.
It looks like there was a dropout. It looks
Oh,
like
no.
Zangy said, "Sorry, didn't mean to pick Xerath." Unfortunately.
So we'll get a quick swap put back together. I have to be big for a second longer. So sorry, friends.
You're actually looking pretty good. You're not as blurry.
Hi. I think I may have diagnosed some of the issues then. No. Okay, there we go. Robin says, don't move. I will stay in this position till the end of the stream. As long as you can see our matching shirts. Let me go up just a little bit. We can get those on there. There we go. That'll work.
It looks like the draft is started up again.
See them turn and burn through those common picks. It's been a little while since you've gotten to play now, Vibros, as a former main League of Legends player, of course, the original manager of the ARAM League. I think
Still
you've
am.
now still am former and current.
Reigning ARAM League manager.
Nobody has dethroned you yet. Have you missed any new champions in the game? I'm gonna
Yes.
guess there's at least one.
I think there's just one. Who's the most recent one?
Is that Aurora?
Aurora. I do not know how Aurora works at all.
It's okay. I have played since Aurora's been here, and I still don't know what Aurora does. In fact, we casted games last week that had Aurora in it, and I still don't
Shoot.
know.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout.
Excellent.
Now this is moving much quicker than before because everyone is hopefully picking and banning the same champ.
Per the rules, I hope so.
Per the
We'll
rules.
see.
We've got it clipped. We know what you guys
You don't
picked.
have to be afraid of me.
Hopefully not Xerath again, or we're gonna make them commit to it.
Yeah.
Of course, is that John misclicking intentionally, trying to get some more screen time, I see.
Okay. John, let's see what we got. Hover
We see
Xerath.
the Xerath hover.
Hover Xerath.
That's also in the rules.
I saw an Acel in there. Close enough. Is it Darius?
The Darius picker, so waiting to hold the top laner till the end. A lot of flexibility showed out of our enemy team here, the Yordle Yas Queen, with the Thyleth Molder. Molder most likely just going to go to the bot lane here, although the top lane Smolder always hilarious to see. Silas could be flexed around out of the jungle depending on what pick falls here, and it did end up being the Nasus pick for John, which actually is a mainstay pick for John. So
That's huge for John.
could be. Yeah. John perhaps going up to the top lane here, playing into the big beefy catfish.
Okay, they're setting up their runes and stuff. So let's get some predictions in. Who's gonna get first tower?
Oh, first tower here, interesting enough. So we have an Ezreal who's going to take a little bit of time to ramp up. Same with the Nasus for long term. Currently, Sour Sam sitting on the Nasus. So this might be a power. No, that's not John up in the top lane. Most likely Sour Sam going up there. So we have power stacking. We have a late scaling Ezreal. Shyvana, of course, needing some time to scale up here. And Talia, once you get the first item in there, can actually put out a pretty fair amount of damage. So I see a little bit of a slower play coming from the Naughty Noxians, who will be following for the remainder of the night. Maybe a little more early pressure with that catch potential out of the Lux. I'm not sure about first tower here, but definitely a little bit more sustain coming out of the side of the Yordo Yas Queens in the early game here. Silas is not somebody you want sitting on your back line late game, but you have a lot of defense here. So I'm really hoping to see us get to the mid to late game, because I think the team fights at that point are going to be pretty fun, pretty sustained team fights.
Absolutely. Any ults that we should watch out for from Silas? What's a good Silas ult to steal?
With the team they currently have, you do have a lot of movement options here. Think about flying in with a Talia ult from a Silas while also bringing in a team member with Tom Kench. That could be quite fun. Nasus not a great ultimate to take. A Seraphine ult wouldn't be too bad.
Seraphine
I
ult
think I would.
is a pretty good ult to take, I think, for team fights.
Really, what I'm looking for out of the Yordo Yas Queens is the protection that they have with the Tom Kench, with the Lux. Going to be able to keep that Smolder alive, who is going to have, late game damage to really cut down on a Nasus that has to run at you to get the damage there. So perhaps our Naughty Noxians might want to look for some of that split push pressure. If they can get one of the other lanes up and rolling, give Nasus some time to do some damage elsewhere, because that mid to late game peel for the Smolder is quite scary.
You make great points. Red Raptor in the chat is asking if we can explain how League of Legends works for noobs, maybe in Fortnite terms, since we both, I think both, have guest streamed for them.
Oh man,
I can start us off with a
I've
simple. It's a game where there are two teams, and each team has a nexus. Which let's call that in Fortnite terms your. I don't play a lot of Fortnite. Help me out, Justin. What would a nexus be in Fortnite?
What? Oh, Nexus. That's a lot like Shield Bubble Junior.
A Shield Bubble
Just like
Junior.
it.
Yeah. So both teams are trying to go for the other people's Shield Bubble Junior. And you've got towers along the way that will help your team defend against the enemy team going after the Shield Bubble Junior. But the goal is to get through those towers. It's like tower defense. Get through those towers, get to the Shield Bubble Junior, and then that's how you win. That's League of Legends.
Just like Fortnite, the goal is to try to get back onto the bus, and that's when the game ends.
Yep. The boogie bus, the party bus. What is it called?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Sure is.
Looks like the game is coming up. I'm gonna press some buttons.
Yeah, we'll get this up and rolling here. Actual noob description here. Mr. Raccoon saying it's just Bloons tower defense. That's actually pretty apt description. This is 3 lanes. This is 3D tower defense. You got to push through at least one of those lanes to get to the enemy's nexus, destroy the nexus, and the game is over. Easier said than done. A lot of finer points between here and there, and we'll try to cover them as we get through this game here, as we see a little bit of a 5-point spread. Maybe not a lot of early aggression coming out from either team, but a lot of dancing coming out of Pearl's own John.
You're not very nice, are you?
Okay, I think I have the players in their right spots.
Yeah, we're looking looking good here. We're going to see a lot of slap fighting early on in this top lane, but much more explosive opportunities maybe from the Taliyah in the early game into the Cassiopeia matchup. Cassiopeia going to take a little bit of time to scale up, and a lot of CC opportunities for Taliyah maybe to get away from the Cassiopeia, but it's all skill shot based. So definitely a skill matchup in the mid lane. Bot lane, a lot of damage available too, though. Anytime you can get caught out by a Lux Bind, a lot of damage is going to come down on top of you, but very wisely we have Seraphine, John, the options to heal your lane partner. So maybe a bit of a sustain advantage coming out of the Ezreal and Seraphine. We'll see how that plays out here as the slap fight begins top. And Blaine getting position advantage here, proccing grass procs here very early. That might be a key to this matchup. Actually, Sour Sam not having grasp here, going for fleet, be able to turn around some damage, getting some siphon strikes down. Not a bad idea to try to lower the mana of the Nasus before these fights break out, so they can't Q stack here, and they trade pretty evenly at this point. Both pretty mana hungry top laners. And the willingness to fight within the minion wave there from the two top laners,
Yes.
knowing how to jockey this so well against each other. And there's Silas supporting John and Lad in the chat here. We love to see it. Cross-promotional support here.
Good poke and Seraphine. Good job, John. You're gonna drive that little baby dragon out of lane.
That would be very helpful, and that is into the other Pearl, playing up Pearl players, Rosen here on that Smolder. So bringing the Pearl matchup to the Ruby League, and they're playing very competitively down with each other. Vladimir just missing that light binding on John. John standing confidently in front of that wave, and Lad just a little bit low on mana as we go right back to this slap fight top lane. Blade now going to be able to save up a lot of that gray health, giving him sustain every time he takes damage, as long as he continues to stay out of battle for a short duration here. Sour Sam also utilizing the passive of Nasus, which is going to give you healing when you damage something, and we see the first gank coming out. Chef Zangy just missing as a sidestep from Blaine. Blaine's going to be able to walk out of here. Actually has to stay in the area as Dr. Fox shows up, getting the flash down. Red buff ticking, gonna pick up the first kill onto Zay. Great turnaround here. Sour Sam realizing he might have to go back in order to make this worthwhile. Blaine stepping back forward, knockup land, stun is there. That's 2-0 there. Yordle Yasqueen's taking a quick early lead.
Yeah, that was quite a gank. I don't know if I would go back to lane after that.
Of course you would on a Tuesday, though. You uphold our vibe
Yes,
check.
yes.
You're here to play.
And look, Sour Sam used a TP, get back into lane first thing.
There
Better
it is.
person than I.
That abyssal dive coming out of Blaine there on the Tom Kench, I wonder, with it being directly in both of their faces, how much of that might have been a bait to keep them coming in there. Thank you, Silas, for subscribing. Welcome, friend. Raids down in the bot lane. Chef Zangy showing up here too as well. Not
Not gonna find anything.
perfect position to get the gank through. Yeah, will not find it there as Rosen backs away safely. But well timed after the light binding had come out. Lad, both actually from Yordle Yasqueen's low on mana, but probably a healthy back here. So they clear out the wave under tower. And Dr. Fox showing right back up. We saw the gank in the top lane. Turn around for this one. Flash forward from Lad. Lands the light binding. A lot of damage coming through. John down, dropping dangerously low. Might have the damage and just enough, giving it to the 80 carry. Can we see one more? No. We'll back away here, but that's a kill going on to Zrozen. Smolder stepping up early in the game. Now up 1-0 on the lane opponent.
A lot of sums used there. I can see why Zoe was banned. She would have picked those all up and turned it around. Another fight in the river. Captain Felch dangerously low.
Zhangde gets one on Captain Fetch. The second one coming as Mystifer. Perfect roam down and lands an initial knockback there to get this fight really going. Hits another one here. All three land and an auto. Turning the game on its head early here and using the ultimate to walk away now. With style.
That was the equivalent of a Fortnite dab for you Fortnite players.
Yeah, I believe that was a great run in, kill with the golden shotgun and fist out strategy there. You see, continued. We've got our two big beefy boys holding wet pool noodles, slapping each other in the top lane. And the real fight, like we said, this is the part of the game now where these mid lane matchup becomes very much a skill matchup. Maybe slight positioning advantage to keep that fight alive over to Mystifer, and we saw it translate into some massive damage and a double kill. We see, oh, maybe a misstep on the Q here. Blaine gonna go Abyssal diving right in Sour Sam's face. Sour Sam low on mana, might not be able to continue this fight. Meanwhile, we're seeing the Grubbies walking back over as we had to get some commitment out of Dr. Fox into protecting their top laner. They do so and can move right back onto probably uncontested Grubs here at the moment. Zangy getting spotted out now in his own jungle. Might go over to check at this point as we continue to battle it out in the bot lane here. Yeah, Zangy showing up just towards the end, gonna ultimate in, not low enough for a smite. Smite does go down to Zangy. Mystifer coming over, continuing this fight, one kill over. And Blaine dropping extremely low, flashes just into the wall, has Zhangde here, should be able to carry him out. Grey Health gonna save you with the shield. Zhangde protecting with their own body, will be able to save Mr. President for a moment. We walk out of there.
I'm just gonna address a little piece of information in the chat. Poros are only an A round. You can catch those on Wednesday starting next week if you want to see some Poros feedback.
What is this season 3? Season 4? Wow.
Actually, it's season 5. I'm so sorry. I can't count.
Holy moly. It was season 4.
It was season 4, and now I'm going on to
previously.
Season 5.
Yeah, currently, formally. Got the fights over the pink wards in the bot lane here. You won't waste my gold. John and Lad going head to head.
Naughty Noxon's actually just a tad bit ahead in gold. Not the worst position to be in. They're one up on dragons, a little bit up on golds, and I think that's about it that they're up on.
Yeah, they're late game champions here, specifically the Nasus and the Ezreal, not getting a ton of not coming out with a kill in any of those situations, but they did get the early game Talia up and rocking, so they can translate some of those kills elsewhere, or maybe get that split push presence of Nasus going. They should be okay, and Nasus is sitting on nearly a 20 CS lead right now, which
for being, ganked early on and maybe feeling a little bit behind, he's actually quite a bit ahead.
Yeah, farming very well is Sour Sam here. And willing to trade at this point, not quite to the first completed item, but getting Lucidity boosts early. Wise choice to continue that farm. Knows they need to stack it up to get to this late game here. Is a ton of damage dropping out from Drozen. We've got a fight going on the top lane at the same time. Nobody's dropping from either side yet, but Nasus is going to find himself under a tower momentarily. Gonna drop the ultimate, knows he's going to drop. Gets the Q stack, siphoning strike, kill.
No, that was
almost
so
farms
close.
the minion. But no time to look at it as a gank comes through from Zangy.
Wow.
Zangy is going to find the angle. This time, that's a dead dragon, and a dragon walking away with some swagger.
The combo Seraphine Ezreal was really pretty.
Oh, and there it is again. Mystifer landing another combination from Talia, and if you can hit it, boy, does it do the damage. Zhangde gonna try to run out of there. This minion trying to help, getting the slow temporarily. Gonna be able to put out some damage here as he runs. There's a TP in the top lane that's gonna cut off Zhangde. Zhangde looking maybe to run down here to avoid giving up an assist. the other direction. Dodges both of them
using
here.
an ultimate to get closer.
Oh, hits the stun, is going to be able to walk away and use that plant to get out. The great escape is happening.
Putting the camera on. Oh no.
Wow, Zhongdae running all the way from their own tower into the enemy jungle, finds a way out just barely. A blind stun into the ulting Talia. Fantastic, and that's a well-deserved back. Talia is going to be able to get some damage onto that tower momentarily, and now has setup control over Dragon. We'll see conversion, though, as Yordle Yas Queens are set up to start pushing it. This might be a slight back advantage now for the Cassiopeia. Not picking up an item advantage, though. We all start slapping that dragon. Dragon on dragon violence in the river. Zangy doing a ton of damage here. Is going to be able to drop it. Picks up dragon number 2 for the team. Dr. Fox coming in quickly, but a good flash out of there is going to save one. Zangy willing to go deep here for this Dragons. Rosen having to retreat to the tower momentarily. Will have position advantage with a ward here. And here comes Dr. Fox walking right back over. Stuns up Zangy momentarily. And we're going to see that kill go back over to Zrozen, who is now sitting on 2 kills at this point with a BF sword.
Take this.
Zhongdae pressure to win this fight now after having to leave the last time. A lot of damage coming out of the mid lane. Zhongdae sidesteps one as Blaine here is playing dangerously with their life. We're going to see no kills coming out of the mid lane right now, but maybe positional advantage on that top side objective. Sour Sam and Blaine continuing to trade. Blaine perhaps happy running down that mana pool a little bit. But the Q stacking continues with that siphoning strike out of Nasus, now finding Dr. Fox in the jungle, but Zangy in great positioning to assist. Nasus is going to be eaten for a second, but certainly going to pick up the kill on the backside, flashing away there quickly. Dr. Fox looking to go on the hunt, and it's now Zangy versus Fox. 1v1, Fox dropping low here. Here comes a little bit of assist from Sour Sam. Doesn't have the mana, doesn't need it. Zangy picking up the kill. And what started as a 2-0 advantage on the side of the Yordle Yas Queens, quickly moving over, 8-6 now, the other way for Naughty Noxians.
They're on a roll. The Naughty Noxians.
They are. Gold still within 2k right now, though, so we're not seeing a tower dropping at this point. Not a ton of positional advantages. So fantastic binding comes through. Doesn't quite have the damage to get a kill here, but is going to provide a little bit of pressure to get that second to last tower plate, as we saw full grubbies go down for Shyvana. We know Shyvana got at least one last time, but I think it was the only one, so that's only 4 grubbies on the board. Would have been a very nice addition for that Nasus to have 5 or 6.
Looks like first tower's left.
There it is. That bot lane looking very strong again. BF Sword right now, I don't know how much gold Molder's sitting on at this point, but should be a pretty healthy back, and we see an Estus Reaver getting picked straight up. Another fight breaking out top lane, though. The first one able to respond here is Blaine, and Blaine gonna take a wither momentarily, ready to commit to this fight, but somebody else must be laying in wait, and they are. It's both Zangy and Mystifer, ultimate available. Can we spread them out here? You know, the dive is not available. The damage is coming through. Gray health protects you momentarily. Dive up now, but we'll die under tower, and we're gonna go for a second.
There we go. They're eating.
Yeah, great job picking up the aggro there, Sour Sam, allowing your team to stay under, go for those kills, and we're gonna get a return tower here in the top lane.
Payback. That's actually my favorite ward.
Which one was it?
It was like Gravestone.
Oh, is that Yorick's gravestone?
I don't know. I think it's one of them now.
Wards, just like back bling of Fortnite, right?
That's right.
A mid-grade cosmetic. Vladimir now rotating to the mid lane. Yordle Yasqueen's down a little bit, but not out at this point. They still have a ton of damage they're able to put out. Zrozen slowly ramping up here on that Smolder too. Not sure how we're looking on stacks, but I've seen a lot of, almost another one there, a lot of stacking opportunities come through. Able to put 6 of the health on it, Captain Felch here. Good movements out of Zrozen. Sidestepping a lot of damage here from John, putting a little bit more down to Captain Felch. And we're seeing the 2 bot laners completely rotate to this mid lane, but Silas flying in the wake here, maybe looking for an opportunity to step up. Light Binding just missed, but will catch the final spark on the backside. Going to put John pretty low here, but no minions to continue this push forward.
Dragon's going to be coming up soon. Will we see both teams rotate over there?
Definitely contested objective. You don't want your enemy getting to soul point here. As a great jump over the wall from Blaine. Dr. Fox is going to make a push for it. This would be a fantastic pickup if they could get it. Not the end of the world if they lose this one, just because they're slightly behind in damage. Fantastic if they can take it though. It's missed a Ferd.
Yeah, they're crushing it by just pressing the ult buttons on their keyboards.
Talia combo made easy there. It is not. That seismic shove, unraveled earth. So much damage there, but so hard to hit. Jonge gonna drop down as well too, and what started as maybe an opportunity for Yordle to start off that dragon just didn't have the speed to take it quickly. And that's a lot of, so we did get some grubby damage here falling through with that Rift Herald. We're gonna get another smack. It's so hard to control. I don't know how to do it. Into this mid tower. And now tower taking options here so quick with Sour Sam siphoning strike.
That was a lot that just happened. That was 2 towers, a Rift. When did they pick up Rift Herald? That was the fight before the dragon fight.
It might have been on the way to the dragon there, yeah. Check the tapes.
Vladimir stopping Sour Sam's back with ultimate.
There we go, and now up 3 dragons. Yordle Yasqueen's forced in a position where we know they're going to have to fight for the next one. So just looking to scrounge together what gold they can for the moment. Maybe be able to put up a decent fight, but that catch potential is still there. Vladimir landing this light binding into the river brush. Maybe forcing Captain's going to take a back here, but plenty of people in the area to hold this mid lane. Must be great comms as Mystifer just misses another combination there. Unraveled Earth and Seismic Shove right in the area. So hard to hit if you haven't played Talia before. At least for me. I'm more of like a Teemo combo kind of person.
I love Talia.
And, oh no, Sour Sam just gonna sidestep one, sidestep another knockup. A lot of slows coming out here, but might be able to find his way out, and does. I think there was a ghost there at the end that came through.
Sour Sam makes it out, not even a scratch.
And tough for the Yordle Yasqueens now committing 4 up there. There's no dragon for them to have to worry about. They are going to catch Sour Sam just again here. Will have the damage to take him down. And nothing else really doing on the other side of the map, so they end up being worthwhile to get that shutdown.
Oh, and an objective bouncing was just split.
Zangy willing to go back in, test the damage here. Will have quite a bit. One's going to drop here initially. Going to have to walk away as we're outnumbered temporarily. Vladimir willing to peel for the team. We see a red turret drop. Yeah, Zangy going to try to stay alive. Won't be able to for the moment, but maybe saving time for that split push as Zhongdae just misses the ultimate there. The stare down. No statues in front of you.
Here's what's happening in the bot lane while that is going on. I think they've pinged it, so I think they're sending Smolder to go stop Talia.
The old split push Talia trick.
Chef Zangy pinging the dragon spawning in minute 38. I think that dragon was the dragon.
It's dragon on dragon love and dragon on dragon hate all night in game 1. Naughty Noxians backing here maybe for that next objective push. Baron is on the table right now. A little bit of time before Dragon pops back up. We're just going to clear out vision momentarily. Dragon, mere 60 seconds away. And our wet noodles continue to go at it in the top lane. Probably quite a few stacks on Sour Sam now. Can we get a stack check here, Vibros?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, a little.
Okay, we're at 417.
There we go. Very quickly at the 22-minute mark. 417 as damage comes down from John. More support violence. And another stack. Sour Sam. And another stack for Sour Sam.
Wait, does using your Q on wards give you stacks?
I believe it does. Not as much as the kill.
438 now. Okay,
Plus 12 on the Canyon minions.
From the star lane.
Lane right in the thick of things right here. Gonna stay alive momentarily. Not long enough for Smolder to get a ton of damage out, but a little bit on the Chef Zangy playing forward in this positioning, but has flap up. Sour Sam willing to take this turret while this is going on, so mismatch fight temporarily, but it is at this point a 4v4 with the star dropping, so they're willing to continue this out. Jogday just misses on the ultimate as we see a catch down to Chef Zangy, willing to keep the fight alive. Dr. Fox trying to step in, but Mystifer picking up the kill. Maybe going to get a second one here as Captain Felch goes long range and takes another kill, and that's going to be Dragon over. Meanwhile, top lane utterly destroyed by Sour Sam. And complete control of the game now pushing over to the Naughty Noxians. Oh, Vladimir in a spot. A tough spot. Might be able to find a way to juke and jive out of here. The rest of the team is there to pick him up. Down goes Lad.
R.I.P.
Valiant effort to push in there towards that dragon. Dr. Fox willing to keep fighting, knows he needs to do something to keep them out of the base temporarily, as Captain Felch willing to walk forward, but maybe in a disadvantaged position. Sour Sam, knowing so, moves forward to block. Captain Felch continuing to put out damage, getting a little bit on the Nexus. Forced to retreat at this point as Jongdae could pop off here. A lot of sustained damage coming out of that Cassiopeia. Sour Sam says, I don't care. Walk it into your dragon. Gonna pick up a double kill. Sour Sam, so much damage. We talked about the peel options from the side of Yordle Yas Queens. We see it finally come out there to shut down Sour Sam, and willing to go right back in as Captain Felch getting knocked up, but Blaine just doesn't have the people with him right now. That's fine. I'll bring the enemy back with me and let you kill him in our own backline. Blaine gonna walk forward to his death, but temporarily keeping the enemy at bay as Vladimir picked up as well, and now only one Jongdae standing to protect the entire base at this point.
We're gonna grab that inhib, and do you think they're gonna keep pushing? No, not with the silence back up.
Yes, Rosa just spotting. Opportunity to leave here. Mystifer was looking for that shot on this Rosa, doesn't get it immediately, stays in to look for a second chance. Hip drops. Rosen's still alive here. Massive shield for John, but Mystifer will drop and shut down over as Zangi's coming out of seemingly nowhere on the backside. Dragon on dragon violence eats one, goes for Zrozen here. It's a standoff. Ooh. And a shutdown will go down. I believe that was some dot damage from the Smolder. And Sour Sam gonna get picked up for a second here. Vladimir having to stay pretty far away at any second. That big old monster's gonna turn on you. And the dog walk it in for some more damage, surviving oh well through the damage here. Blaine attempting to keep him at bay, is going to choose to walk away, but walk away on his own accord unless you get too close. Wither coming down, Vladimir taking the damage. Whoa, single siphoning strike to pick it up.
Few damage.
Sam just biding their time, looking for an opportunity to go in. And here's another one. It's another siphoning strike through the flash. Zhangde gonna stun up 3 of them there. Dr. Fox looking to defend. A valiant effort in this base here as we see super minions crashing in from all directions here. Zhangde taking a lot of damage. Gonna try to push back Sour Sam. No ultimate available. And John forced to go back here. Mistopher looking for any opportunity to land a combo as we see the Nexus is now the final focus for the Naughty Noxons, maybe picking up one more, and that's the ball game. That's all she wrote in game 1 of week 2. Vibros, how you feeling?
This was a crazy game. I am so shook about like just that whole ending there was just like kill after kill after kill, fight after fight. It was just relentless like attacking of their base, and I don't know what they could have done differently in defending their base. Honestly, that was just Chef Zangy coming out of nowhere. Really surprised me.
Yeah, it's got to feel good when you're that strong at that point of the game to stay alive. I think what we had was a case of the Naughty Noxians really converting on exactly what they needed to do. Before that game started, we saw the lineup for the Yordle Yas Queens, a couple tanky members, and a Smolder in the back line. If they could survive to the point where that Smolder is putting out a ton of damage and really being able to shut down Sour Sam with that Nasus, they win the team fights. But we saw the Talia Mistopher coming in strong to take advantage of maybe a couple missteps around that dragon, popping off there. And if there's a player of the game for me, I think Mistopher is the one that did it for the Noxians.
Agreed. Sorry, I'm joining the next lobby.
Producer Vibros, I think is
right now.
working on the website while playing at the same time. But great team effort there. Really, everybody coming together to take that victory. And you're right, whoa, my goodness, Yordle Yas Queens. There they are, the little ones, the little Yordles.
We love Yordles. Who's your favorite Yordle?
That is a great question. I do love the manifestation of the devil himself and little Teemo. Big fan.
I am a big fan of Teemo, but I think my favorite Yordle is Vhagar.
Poppy. Oh, okay. Makes sense.
He's like Doctor Doom of the Runeterra universe, I think. Especially that
Von Doom?
boss. Yeah, Victor Von Doom.
If you were to cast anyone to play Von Doom.
You know what? I think Robert Downey Jr. would be one of the people on that list.
Okay. A character known for a strong ability to emote. You want to put a mask on them. That's what I'm hearing.
Yes. You put a mask on them, and really anything can be done under the mask. He doesn't even have to be in the room.
Are you not worried this is equivalent of when we got Ryan Reynolds in the initial Deadpool role in the Origin series, where they then sewed his mouth shut?
Was that Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
I did not know that. It's been I
do
long
believe
since I've seen
so.
the movie X-Men Origins. Wow. That's I'm enlightened now.
I don't want to say it was a bad decision, but
explains a lot.
I feel like they weren't using their resources to the fullest in that choice.
Yeah, you hire Ryan Reynolds to be in your movie and he can't even talk. Oh God. It'd be like hiring Robert Downey Jr. and not showing his face.
I think you're getting it.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. In Iron Man, they have like the camera shots of like inside his mask, and you can kind of see like what he's seeing like on the HUD.
Are you expecting that for Doctor Doom?
No, I'm not expecting that at all.
I think that would be a great homage. to his other characters to do the in-helmet shot, but it's just really dark and one expression the whole time.
Yeah. It looks like all the team members are in position. It looks like Chef Zangy has taken the blue side again, even though it was the other team's choice. They're going up against Bilgewater Babes this time.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And we're going back
Game
in.
2. Naughty Noxians again. Just watched some, but our team of Zangy, Sour Sam, Mystifer, John, and Captain Felch now going up against. You just said it a second ago. Who was that? Bilgewater?
Bilgewater Babes.
The Bilgewater Babe. This is Darken, Nectar, Jerkle, Dongarism, and Syrup.
Seems you left your brave pants at
Together
home.
in this
You
game
want
as
me to
we
wait while
see
you go
now,
get them?
just straight targeting the Yordles at this point. Poppy going down. Will we get a return Yordle?
Fear is the first of many
Nope.
foes.
Big Demopian, man. Garen dropping here, of course, Zangy's Jarvan. Will we get to see it? I'll answer it myself.
You don't
Probably
have to
not.
be afraid of me.
Just taking a look at the Bilgewater Babes' last game.
I'd rather be home anyway.
What to expect this game, but Jacob, or Deadly Nectar, played Ornn. Darken played Tristana. Syrup played Tom Kinch. Shongarithim played Ari, and Jerkle played Poppy.
There it is. That's the bands there.
Those are the bands that we're seeing, and it looks like Bilgewater Babes lost their last game. So let's see if they can turn it around for game 2.
Hungry for a victory. So contested pick was Tristana, and we're gonna see Captain Felch get their patented Tristana here. So excited to see some strong, confident Tristana jumps forward if we can get a good pairing in the bot lane. And a Quinn picked out for the Bilgewater Babes, most likely a top laner. Some more AD hovered in Samira, so we're AD heavy, well, AD carry of course, but a little AD heavy with the Quinn coming from the top lane, but a lot of mobility to see if Quinn may also be a flex pick flashing it this early. Malphite picked up from the other side. If that's a Quinn Malphite matchup, expect to see that Q max out of Malphite, throwing shards, running away as quickly as possible. And Shyvana coming right back. Still getting the Jarvan ban, not respecting the Shyvana ban quite yet.
No, they don't know to ban Shyvana yet. The match stats had just come in, so they didn't know that.
Oh,
Zane
you're
was
right. Hide them.
pushing it.
Hide the stats quickly. And return fire is Amumu, the master of CC here.
Amumu's
We did
a
see
Yordle, right?
Amumu is a Yordle.
We got a Yordle in there. Yordle versus Yordle.
I do think Amumu is a Yordle.
Grounded.
It's the Guilted Killer now following. Good to see you, friend. Welcome to the stream. Leo wisely taken away here. Mystifer not picking it up into a counter pick.
They check the stats.
Broken sandwich.
And no more Comcatch. As these players, of course, this is only week 2 of Season 15, but many of these players playing with each other for quite a while here in CMSA eSports. If you're not a part and you want to play with us, you can head right over to our website there at cmsaesports.com, our very own website created, hosted currently and formerly by Vibros himself of this stream right now. Right down here. That's him.
It's me.
Or head over to our Discord, which has its own link, which is cmsadiscord.com. I believe that's correct.
cmsadiscord.com. That'll get you a link to join our Discord, and in there you can give us a little introduction. We'll let you in, and you'll see all the channels, all 250 channels that we have. in our Discord. One of them is for
Yeah.
you. There's no command
It's
for the
gotta be.
website. Oop. No, we don't need a command for the website. It's okay. Our league players need to know what the website is. Our viewers do not.
And we're getting a Tarek pickup. Boy, do I love to see a good Tarek. We got to see one last week on the stream too, and it's so much fun. That radiance comes down, protects your entire team, and the echo that got banned out for Mystifer last game, which I think is the signature pickup,
Oh, really?
is getting through this game. A turnaround for Silas. Silas most likely over to Sour Sam, or perhaps a Sour Sam echo here. I could be getting it backwards. But certainly strong pickups here.
Again, Zangi's team messing up the draft.
It sounds like we're picking up the strategy from Zangi's team here. Zangi did not want Silas. Classic stalling tactics. There you go.
Stalling.
John knows it. John, a man on the inside, telling us it's a classic move. We'll quickly get reset here. So the real question is, Vibros, can you name for our Fortnite viewers at home all of the Yordles in League of Legends?
Yes, I think I can actually. So we'll start with my favorite, Vigar, and Teemo, my second favorite. We'll have Tristana, who is in this game. We've got Poppy, who was banned this game, picked this game. And let's see, who else we've got? Vex. Vex is one of the more recent Yordles added to the game. Who else? Let's see. That's 5 so far. I know you can make a whole team with them, plus a little bit more. There's Gnar, who can transform into a big Yordle. And how many are there? Do you know?
It's official count here. If you're only counting Summoner's Rift, it looks like there's 15.
No. There's not 15 Yordles.
I'm looking at them, and those are all Yordles.
They're all Yordles that you can play.
Those are all Yordles that you can play on Summoner's Rift now.
Let me think. Who else is a mid laner? Or
yes, mid lane's a good place to go.
Ziggs can be played mid lane. That's a Yordle.
Who'd you call?
Ziggs.
Yes, Ziggs is a Yordle.
So I'm at 7. It looks like they're actually almost done with the draft. So let me go back in there.
Okay. We'll see if they help you out by picking another one. Hovering Vlad, and it looks like what should have been our pick for Silas is actually a Rakan pickup for most likely John. So Vladimir may be going over to the mid lane here. That does solidify Quinn in the top lane, or perhaps flex picking to the bot lane, as I think Vibros is maybe pushing 7 Yordles at this point now.
There's 14.
There's it looks like 15.
15.
And I see 2 on the screen.
I've already said these, man.
That's you have. Yep.
Poppy was banned. Okay, that was right. Amumu, if Amumu counts, is he in that Yordle list?
Amumu counts.
Okay, so I'm halfway there. Holy crap! Who do we want?
We'll get you through here. Sometimes called the worst AD carry in the game.
The worst AD carry
could be referred to as maybe the Red Baron.
The Red Baron.
The Red Baron.
I don't know what the Red Baron is.
Oh no, the Red Baron was a pilot.
Corky.
I got a bogey on my tail.
Corky.
You got it.
Corky's a Yordle. Okay, he's not.
Corky
like a dog.
is a Yordle.
I thought he was a dog.
He's definitely just a little guy.
Oh, I think that's a skin. That's definitely a skin.
Yeah.
Fizz.
I think you're
this is unlocked.
you're thinking of a corgi.
Corgi, yeah. Corgi. Fizz is another one. That's a
Fizz is a Yordle. That's a tough pickup. Yeah.
Let me think of any other champs that I think are animals that are actually Yordles. um,
I think we saw a ban for this last game too.
a
It's the
ban
first ban of this game. If you, maybe you already called.
in this game?
Yeah.
Was it the Poppy? I said Poppy.
No, it wasn't the Poppy. You may have already called Kled, so I'll give you Kled if you didn't.
Kled's a Yordle.
Kled's a
He's an
Yordle.
ugly Yordle.
He's a little feisty one.
Okay, so that's, I think we're at 9.
You had Ziggs, Vex, Vigar, Tristana, Teemo, Poppy, Kled, Fizz, Corky, Amumu. I think you said Gnar earlier too.
I did.
So there's 4 on the board.
4 left. Can I get a hint?
Yeah, you've got mostly 2 top laners, a mid laner, and a bot laner.
Okay, let's see if I can get the top laners. I don't play top, but I'm sure we can get them.
This is the only Yordle that is a ninja.
Oh my gosh, Kennen!
It's Kennen.
I love Kennen. I've never played Kennen, but he's adorable. Another top laner.
Yes, the other one is has a mech.
Oh, that's Rumble.
Rumble.
No one plays Rumble anymore.
I was called this one of the abilities in chat because of my pixelated camera.
You were called a what?
Yeah, this was a reference from chat. One of the abilities of one of the supports. That is a Yordle.
Lulu. Lulu's a cute one.
Yeah, polymorph. The last one, the smartest guy you know. So we finally get into this game here.
Yes.
Heimerdinger. It's a wise choice.
We did it. We got all the rules. There's a lot more than I thought.
There's a couple more canonically that are in there. Kabuko from TFT and Nora came in. Is that also TFT or Swarm, perhaps?
30 seconds until minions
I don't know Nora's backstory.
I don't know.
Oh, from Legends of Runeterra.
Legends of Runeterra. Yes, there are certain Yordles in there. There's that Yordle. Excuse me. There's that Yordle in Arcane that runs the brothel.
We see a potential fight here at level 1, a rarity this season so far. John taking standard position, dancing in brush here. Mumu getting a look down there, getting a deep ward. Will know if it is a blue start or not, and that's the extent of the vision put down in this early game here. Chabber running on Tarek. That is Chabber, Shongorithm perhaps, and Darken. So a couple of options here for keeping 80 carries alive with that Radiance when it becomes available at level 6 here. Which is honestly a scary combination with that Samira, who already tends to survive much longer than they should. Now going to have a beefy Tarek running that Cosmic Radiance to keep you alive even longer. So we see a double bot side start. Opting is Zangy to go chickens into topside, knowing that there is vision on that blue. We'll walk into the vision now. But then we'll likely go for the full clear ending towards bot side, whereas the Amumu will end towards top side here. Expect maybe a gank up towards Sour Sam as Nectar putting down a lot of damage, getting the early 2 advantage in the top lane, and even fights everywhere else. Oh, I love these the little icons with the team names on here, Vibros.
Oh yeah,
so fantastic.
I'm just copying and pasting from our website, CMSA eSports.com.
If you haven't bookmarked it yet, you should, as Mystifer willing to turn around, gets protected by one rogue minion walking up. We see Chabber's positioning for some damage here. Level 2 on both sides in the bot lane, and zoning control going to Jabber right now. Keeping Captain at bay here. Tristana, of course, not known for the early game pressure so much, but if we can land some cheeky knock-up, that could be the all-in option once the Rakan hits us. Algorithm turning around some damage in that mid lane. And we will see a Dazzle landing there. Jumping in is Samira. Jumping away is Captain Felch. Going to stay alive here in this trade. And you see that aggression coming out. Both sides having the option to stun. CC lands, and it's all go from either team. Just as anticipated, we have a Mumu finishing up towards the top side. We have Shyvana finishing towards the bot side. Mumu a little more apt to gank in this position, but maybe not finding the lanes as both mid and top are shoved up. Gonna look over to opposite Scuttle. Normally Shyvana, not the strongest in the early gank here, gonna try to sneak around in the bot lane, but get spotted out as the minions walk up. Darkin is there, and we're gonna focus down on the support temporarily as Double Dazzle coming out, shut them down. And tough spot now is John, as we see making their way over is the Amumu, gonna be able to stun him up momentarily. A lot of damage dropping through here. Captain Felch looking for an exit stage left, will find their way under the tower. And one kill going down to Bilgewater there off the good positioning, extending that fight after catching the vision onto Chef Zangy, entering the bot lane. Here we go. Deadly Nectar, of course, also one of our Fortnite players. So I'm going to need you to talk only in Fortnite terms again, Vibros.
Okay, got it. The character that Nectar is playing basically is a vampire. I don't know if there's a vampire skin in Fortnite, but if there is, that is what Nectar is playing. And basically he gets a fizz juice pretty much anytime he does anything.
Oh,
really.
crisscross applesauce.
Oh, you guys see that? That was
Yeah.
quick.
There is a vampire skin, we're being
Some
told.
information that there is a vampire skin.
Yeah. There's a lot of healing available for this vampire, as you would expect with a vampire. So a lifesteal stat here. I think Vibro said just like the Fizz Juice. Fizz Juice, of course, doing shield in Fortnite. So I'd say it's more like the new med spray that got put back into the game, where you can run and heal white health and not shield.
Oh, interesting.
I'm just here to gaslight you, friend. The movement out of these two, Echo being able to blink forward into an auto attack, and the backflip, kickflip from Quinn, seeing a lot of positioning changes. This is such a fun matchup between these two, and the minions matter quite a bit, particularly for Quinn to get the blind out. Darkin continues to push in hard. Nectar now seeing themselves under tower here as both of them hit 6. Sour Sam probably not going to have the angle here to go under tower, particularly with that lifesteal, as the fight breaks out back in the bot lane. Advantage to Darkin's team here, probably with the damage at this point in the game, but fighting off so well. John and Captain Felch making their mark as we see Chef Zangy maybe getting caught under in the dragon pit. That dragon doesn't love you that much. Defense coming from Mystifer, gonna keep Zangy alive momentarily as the fight continues into the bot lane. Darkin and Chavers not gonna let John and Captain Felch walk into this fight unscathed, as Mystifer continuing to hunt down Jerkle is gonna pick up the 1 kill there. Shongorithm, low health, low mana, might be able to push them out, and no dragon taken at this point. We're seeing the kills even themselves back out.
Oh, League of Legends. It's been a while.
Give it and take it away. So back and forth, but of course Bilgewater Babes hungry for a victory after starting off 0-1 tonight. Mystifer looking for some damage there, goes in and picks up that kill, knowing they're safe to get out. That chrono shift. A different version of that slap fight continuing, as we do see Sour Sam most likely maxing that shard on Q. Darkin Continuing to push in strong here with Jabber in the spot lane. Most likely going to pick up the back here, as they do have the CS lead leading into this back. Triple longsword pickup for Captain Felch, and a time to maybe use it now is just spotted out on that minion is Zangy. Zangy, knowing what they were spotted, not going to be able to immediately gank. Might be able to circle back around, but guess who else knows? It's Jerkle on this Amumu. Setting up for a counter gank, walking all the way around into lane, and Quinn going to be able to respond so fast here, going straight in as Dark and putting out a ton of damage. The rest of the team following up. Cosmic Radiance dropping just to keep them alive, and they don't get the initial kill. A lot spent for even kills on the board here, 3-3, and great positioning from both teams to keep that alive. Quinn could not get in there to get out the damage despite being at a slight man advantage. And Echo able to push mid lane up, so maybe slightly out of position now with Amumu walking over, still getting the damage on the Shanga rhythm. But here comes Jerkle looking for blood after the fight, coming up with nothing in the top lane. Gonna drop the tears. Damage coming through, not enough to kill. Maybe enough for Sour Sam, though. Sour Sam does pick up Nectar in the top lane, and it's running for your life. Mystifer looking to go over the wall, gets stopped by Shanga. Love the two champs we have with the movement out of the mid lane, actually canceling the jump. So much movement out of both teams here, Vibros.
There's so much movement, I can't keep up. My eyes
And
don't work
what
that fast anymore.
What's your favorite movement ability out of these two teams? If you had to transfer that into something you could use in real life, what are you picking? You kick flipping off of people?
I love Quinn's kickflip. I think the animation's so smooth. I love that she does a little pew after the kick. My favorite though, I think, is Amumu's Q. Using
Bandage
his
toss.
Yeah, his little bandage grab. I wish Vibros's Q was the real sound.
Yeah, can somebody clip that? We'll put that in. We'll do a custom overlay for League. Of course, don't actually do that, says Riot.
Says Riot. Yeah, Quinn's little, Amumu's little bandage grab is so frustrating sometimes, because sometimes, you know, the hitbox doesn't look like it hits, but it does, and then Amumu's traveling with you wherever you're going.
It's so hilarious when it hits. It's so hilarious when it misses. It's a fantastic ability.
CMSA's Bonnie Me in chat, giving us a little heart. Hi, Bonnie.
Fight continues mid. Misfit gonna pick it up, baiting it out with the ultimate, coming back into that fight, blinking in for the auto. And that's a tough matchup here. Shanga gonna be down momentarily, but gonna have a ton of movement speed coming out of that flying with Valor. As there you go, there's your bandage toss coming on the screen as Jerkle flying in to pick up that minion wave. Don't mind if I do. We're 11.5 minutes in here. First Dragon still on the board. We'll see which team decides to prioritize it. As there we go, Samira, Tarek, and Amumu headed there. Of course, with Shanga able to fly in so quickly. This could be a quick pickup from the Bilgewater Babes. Yeah, it looks like nobody there to answer. We're going to go back and pick up the minion waves. And speaking of those bandage tosses for our non-League of Legends players, and maybe some of our League of Legends players too, if you didn't know, positioning is calculated off of your feet in League of Legends, not your body. And because the camera angle is slightly off-put depending on which side you're on, a lot of things look like they hit or don't hit because of those facts. Fights continuing to break out top and mid.
Can we talk about the elevation changes that are in the map that can sometimes make it look like abilities don't or should hit when they don't?
Personal experience? You sound a little scorned, my friend. Would you be a fan of maybe ranged mages who rely heavily on geometry?
And skill shots? Yes. We play ranged mages with tons of skill shots, and that mid lane transition to the river is one of those elevation changes. And yeah, throwing a Q.
Seeing it here.
Here it is. Here it is. Whoa, look at that.
Oh, great flash. Jerkle stepping away for a second. Gonna get the damage down, trying to play with the minions to pick up the kill. Doesn't get it here. We saw a couple kills drop down mid-conversation there. Thank you, Kyle Tasty, for following. But this fight is breaking out in the bot lane. Cosmic Radiance gonna be available. It's used under the tower, blown away. Captain Felch, fantastic timing of the ultimate. Gonna drop Samir, but will drop himself. Double kill over to Rakan. Feed that John. What a wonderful combination of abilities. Of course, we see the fight starting. Tarek willing to use that Cosmic Radiance to just send Samira straight into the backline, being so safe. Rocket jump available to get the Tristana out momentarily, but a buster shot too to push away the Samira back into the tower. That's what saved Captain Felch for a moment there. Great turnaround opportunity and a pretty difficult spot to fight out of, even though it's under your own tower. Nectar and Sour Sam continue to battle it out in the top lane here. The story of the day, probably this Shongorythm versus Mystifer matchup, but not alone as Shongorythm this time, bringing Jackal. Jackal looking for an opportunity to protect Shongorythm to get back in here, but Mystifer wanting none of this 2v1. Damage opportunities gone momentarily. Shongorythm wanting some more though, dodging the initial Q. At least the back half of it here. Mystifer going back in, stalling is Shongorythm, an immediate flash away, so Banish Toss can't land. Speaking of continued fight here, Nectar facing a lot of damage, flashes out of both sides. Sour Sam ending up picking the kill here, so Mystifer and Sour Sam picking up kills in their respective lanes, and you know who's sick of it. It's Jabbers and Darkin walking in with Jerkle, looking for Mystifer here. Shutdown is not available yet on the board for Mystifer, but the death will come through regardless. And we're seeing that same rotation we saw last game of getting the AD carry and support our bot laners into the mid lane, pre-tower dropping at this point. But able to shove that lane forward, and this is a good point of the game when you have a Quinn. You can flex them around to any lane because they can just get there so quickly to any objective. They're great at split pushing, particularly if you itemize for split pushing. But can answer to the team fight and answer from odd angles, getting behind the enemy team if vision isn't quite secured. We're seeing a Rift Herald take. It's a relatively fast take here, actually, as forced to jump away is Tristana in the bot lane. Sour Sam going to defend this, try to push the enemies away just long enough. Mystifer having the damage. Not an easy way in for the Bilgewater Babes, and now Naughty Noxon's playing around this advantage they've established in the early game, taking control of that Rift Herald. The fight starts to break out here. Jabbers will have Cosmic Radiance up, uses it, and stays alive long enough to get the cast out through here. Here comes Shongorythm into the fight. Dropping down low is that Tarek. Tarek gonna drop here, but alive is the teammates. Nectar putting out some damage and getting to the backline. Jerkle pushing through behind Shongorythm. Shongorythm surging forward. Darkin still alive on the side, and what a turnaround here. The Bilgewater Babes only drop 1 and pick up 4 in this fight. Vibros on the edge of his seat. Can't stand it.
Got you just out of focus. Can't see
Oh
him.
no, I'm moving too quick here. Let me get, it's the movement here. The camera can't keep up. I clean that up a little bit.
I
See
think
what
that makes
that'll
it
do.
worse.
Oh no.
I think all you gotta do is do like the little
Do the
hey,
quick lens thing.
Yeah, your hand was in perfect 4K quality there. There we go.
Excellent.
Hand focus.
Excellent. Wow. I'll take Robin's advice and sit still. Not a chance. As again, only one dragon down at the 17-minute mark here. So second one available. Will we see a continued pressure as John slightly caught out here? Does dodge the double dazzle, jumping away. And Sour Sam putting down the pressure in top. So maybe the focus on the dragon not needed at the moment as we're getting the split pressure. But Darkin still very strong at this point. Double dazzle hitting quite again onto John. John able to walk away momentarily, and actually here comes Mystifer cleaning it up with the rest of the team. And just like that, we definitely have position on Dragon. The Naughty Noxons taking a quick fight nearby, gonna be able to knot up these objectives here for the Drakes. Such a fast take. Jerkle coming in just to check to see what's going on. Gets blast planted straight back in. Get out of there, Jerkle. Nothing to grab onto. Banish toss available, but nowhere to land, and is going to get run down by Mystifer and a big old dragon. Making their way. It looks like already cleaned out that jungle path, though, so nothing additional to pick up. And we're looking at a 2K-ish deficit here. Going to grow a little bit longer, picking up this bot lane turret. Yeah, 2.5K at this point deficit for the Bilgewater Babes. We're going to have to battle back a little with positioning here. Just fight after fight in every lane we've seen. Chabbers choosing a little, going to be pretty wise here, not going straight into that fight as we see high mobility Zangy come flying in with that blast plant.
Hello, Ez. Welcome to the stream.
Welcome. The whole Fortnite squad is in tonight. Supporting, maybe supporting Nectar, who's in the game right now. John taking a ton of damage, flashing away at the last second, allowing Zangy to walk in and pick up this kill on the Sean-Garithim. Wow, great timing on this mobility out of John here, and we see a new matchup here. Mystifer versus Darkin. Darkin putting on a lot of damage, might not have the healing though, and does drop to the shard from Sour Sam. As a fight still continuing from the bot lane. Chef Zangy saying, come here, Chabbers, we can go 1v1 here for a minute. Chabbers going to absorb some of that damage, heal up, try to run away. Cosmic Radiance dropping here, will survive momentarily. Only 2.5 seconds though. Dazzle going to have to come back through realms towards Jerkle, and now is going to be able to output that extra shielding, that extra heal. Stays alive. Jerkle, what a friend.
Chabbers MVP, I think?
Chabbers, the team player here. And I think Ez is asking for another description from you, Vibros, of what this game is in Fortnite terms. Have we improved?
I'm not improving. I'll just describe what's happening here. This is, how would you describe Quinn? Quinn is using the wings from that last season of Fortnite with the gods and goddesses. She can fly up into the air and come down and really do some damage. And she's fighting a rock. I don't know how else to describe.
It's
the Icarus wings, that's right.
It's the Icarus wings from last season versus a boulder. Which is oftentimes what I see myself fighting against in Fortnite. My vision is a little blurry, you might say. Darkin just staying alive here, gonna eat the ultimate from Sour Sam, going unstoppable right into their face. Will pick up that kill eventually at the expense of quite a bit of health, but Chef Zangy proving why that should be a potential ban moving forward. Dragon running in, Jerkle gonna protect his team again, staving off momentarily, but might be the sacrificial lamb as death surely coming through. As where did Mystifer come from looking for that kill towards the end? Yeah, so Quinn, like the Icarus wings, also turns into a bird. What's that like in Fortnite terms?
Does Quinn turn into a bird, or is Quinn just holding onto a bird?
Oh, Valor is carrying Quinn. You're correct. Yeah, just like Fortnite's had so many seasons, just say it was like one of the earlier seasons. Like that earlier season when you could turn into a bird.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was season, let's say 2.
Yeah. Chapter 6.
Chapter 6, season 2. That's right.
Yep. Those were good times.
Here is the Rock fighting the Icarus wings again.
And now I don't know if we're being lied to in the chat. I think we're getting played now at this point. I don't know what's actually canon and what's not. Mystifer going in for some more damage here. Has it to put down on the Nectar. Nectar going to try to find an exit. Perfectly timed pool will get them out momentarily. And here comes Icarus versus the Rock again. The damage coming through. Jabbers, again, willing to stand in for their team. Cosmic Radiance come through, gonna keep them alive momentarily, but might not have the damage output as we see Tristana getting away just for a second. Jabbers actually picking up that kill there. And now Mystifer is on the run with John, but turnaround available with Chef Zangy coming in as that fight continues in the top lane. Damage coming out from Sour Sam says, I'm going to go unstoppable, go under your turret, slow you, and maybe pick up the kill here as well. And he does. It's continued fight out of the mid lane. So much damage coming out of Chef Zangy there and Mystifer. That's a tough combination to fight against.
So that fight between Sour Sam and Nectar there, this is what happens when you use the Icarus wings and you fly up, and when you're like trying to aim for somebody, but you're really bad at aiming, you go straight into a rock, and that rock actually breaks, and under it was a floor of lava, and you basically kill yourself. That's definitely not happened to me.
Have you been watching my recent gameplay? Savage. And looking at it now, 3 shutdowns on the board. Naughty Noxians carrying a lot of kills, a lot of gold out there. Opportunities for Bilgewater to collect those because they're only behind 1 Drake here, but down a significant amount, nearly 5k gold at this point. But fight potential still strong for them if they can pull this game out just a little bit longer. Again, Cosmic Radiance available with Darken, with Samira's damage output, and also with the damage output coming from Shankarhythm. They have a pretty good chance of picking up some late game fights as we see that split push starting from Shankarhythm. No split push, says Zangy, though. Dragon comes flying in over the wall. Damage coming down here. Kiting is Shankarhythm. Gonna try to take this fight as long as he can, but just doesn't have the damage to win it out. Chef Zangy taking the kill, and now positional battle actually going over to the Bilgewater Babes, who wisely take the mid lane during that fight and are going to be able to defend the bot lane here. It looks like Jerkle standing in. Jerkle going to be able to eat some punishment for a while here despite so much damage out of Mystifer and massive shielding. Jerkle forced to walk back towards the turret as the damage comes back through with the Chrono Shift continuing the fight. Mystifer goes under and actually picks up the kill. Won't be able to protect the bot lane.
Mystifer here.
Oh, we've seen it 2 games in a row now. Mystifer pulling out 2 fantastic champs, and I know why the Echo got banned game 1.
Lots of objective bounties though.
Oh, there goes one of them.
Yep, there goes one of them. If they get a tower, dragon, or let's see, Rift Herald, that's some easy gold right there. But Rift Herald's down. It's Baron now.
Well, they've already climbed back in below that 5k mark at this point, picking up that 1 kill Shankarhythm into the very, very scary Mystifer. Mystifer will be back up very soon. Nectar forced to stay in this fight momentarily. Jabber showing up, might be able to support to keep alive. Yes, a lot of lifesteal coming through. Cosmic Radiance drop. Can we see the damage come out fast enough as Rakan sneaks out the side? John again escaping with just a sliver of health. Dazzle not going to land for Jabber, but we're going to continue the fight here because Jerkle Bandage Toss is up. That's a beautiful looking Bandage Toss on the skin. Fight continues. 1 looking to drop, but Captain Felch also getting out alive. John going back in to try to save their friend. That's only 2 drop. Could have been more, but very safe, good movement from Captain Felch is going to get them out of here. Mystifer now forced to defend into 5 with Sour Sam. 1 dropping. It's getting closer and closer to an even fight. 2 dropping now. Mystifer darting, dancing around, a lot of health on Sour Sam. Mystifer will drop eventually, and this is the 2v1 going the other way. What a turnaround, willing to fight into 5 people, and Captain Felch is looking for their own kills at this point, forced to step away momentarily, looking back. Yeah, gets caught by the Bandage Toss. Still the right look to jump in there. And we see pretty even battle here as the John's fan club is showing up in the chat now. Supporting this Rakan that's willing to go in and get out safely almost every single fight. And Bilgewater proving that they can win fights here. That's exactly what happened. They're able to get that Cosmic Radiance down while Darken's putting out all that damage with style, getting the S and then just dancing on the enemy team. We're back to the jungle, farming it out, but now closing that gold gap down to 3K, and gold tends to matter less and less as we get towards the later and later game to our final items. We're not quite there yet. We're just above the halfway point for the major carries here on the side of Bilgewater Babes, but a lot of items available on the side of Naughty Noxians. So playing these fights correctly, picking the right fight is what we're going to need to see out of Bilgewater Babes, as that dragon spawning momentarily, that looks to be our next position as we jockey for vision. Many blue wards on the opposite side of this wall here, that split elevation as Vibros likes to talk about. A dangerous spot to fight for skill shots. Chabber's willing to play fast and loose on the front line, knowing how important it is to get Darkin skilled up early. Cosmic Radiance not going to put out a ton of damage as Darkin's forced to fight against Sour Sam on the side. Chef Zangy knowing they can go in looking for the straight fight. Mystifer picking up some kills there as we go back forth, crisscross applesauce. Something happens, a lot of people are dead. Oh no, Sour Sam forced to run away at this point. And there it is, Bilgewater Babes coming out of what looked like a little bit of a misstep in the beginning of the fight, kiting around long enough to keep everybody alive. And just like that, 2 dragons knotted up, only about half a 500 gold deficit after this dragon.
Supposed to hold down this.
There we go.
I'm trying to.
Can we get Kelton in the chat?
Yeah, I need Kelton in the chat to tell me how to zoom out.
Oh, I know this one. Is it X and then pull back? This is the only one I do. Yep. Oh, you zoomed in. Oh, that's a rock for sure.
Control Shift Y to zoom out. Is this true?
That doesn't sound right. No, that could be. And then you have to pull. Then you have to pull out while you're doing it.
I'm not getting it.
You know, I like this level of zoom right here. It's nostalgic. Look at the size of that rock, though. That's a scary rock monster. And a TP coming from Sour Sam wanting to join this fight. We see Mystifer picking up the kill in the dark, and very scary for Bilgewater Babes, losing their main carry here. And you see the rest of them drop slowly. Not the fight they wanted to have at this point. Still a lot of damage with Jerko getting that major stun. This will be Baron going over the other way as Deadly Nectar having to smooth their way out towards the enemy top side. And Mystifer picking up what seems to be a bot tower here. Meanwhile, this is a free Baron, and we see just how much of a razor's edge this game is on, how quickly the fight can turn the other way if you can get that kill onto Darkin. To help as here, the big blue rock was walking towards the top lane, but they have an ability to teleport onto the map to a fight, so they were trying to get some pressure at a different POI and then teleport in to join the fight mid lane, which is what they did, and it worked out pretty well for them.
Oh, look at the zoom. I got it.
Wow. Look how small he looks now.
He looks normal.
It's a tiny Malphite. Look at this tracking.
This is great.
Yeah.
You can see everything now.
Bring in the drones. Chabber's lying in wait here. Smelling John on the other side of the wall. Because I know you're here looking for vision. And Sour Sam, so much health. So much defense here. 4 items deep with boots at this point. Going to be very difficult to kill. And the last fight that Bilgewater won towards the Dragon Pit actually pitted Darkin up against Sour Sam for a while with Zangy flying in. So only because they survived long enough to get that S-style down could they put the damage out to the rest of the team. And we're seeing jockeying for position for this fight. Jerko looking to play a little bit forward. The enemy may be turning on. Chef Zangy very rudely smiting those wolves. As Shangarhythm having to make a quick exit here. This is not the fight they want. They want to play it back just a little bit here. You need to give Darkin time to get that style up to get the rest of the damage. Only ultimate available once they've already attacked for a little while. So we'll go back to clearing some vision. Mystifer going to look to force the issue, and force the issue he does. Not even the time to put the ultimate out, picking up that kill. No neutral objectives right now for them to take, but they're willing to go in strongly for Shangarhythm. Going to drop here at the same time. Darkin trying for their best to get into the backline. Is going to pick up one. Mystifer still fighting, and Cosmic Radiance drops out here. So if we can continue this fight, Darkin has a chance to keep putting out the damage. As Nectar, same thing, going to be able to survive quite strongly. And this combination of lifesteal from Nectar and Darkin with such a strong Taric there to continue healing is extremely scary, even if your fellow teammates drop around you. Again, now gold lead pushing just above 6K after that last fight over the side of the Naughty Noxians, who we've been following all night. We're starting to get to that point where item advantages have now pushed their peak advantage at this point, as the side of Naughty Noxians gets closer and closer to 6 items. There's nowhere left for them to go at that point, as Dragon number 3 quickly drops to the side of Naughty Noxians. Will we see the teams get to max items? I'm not sure, but that is a very tanky Sour Sam, and Sour Sam gonna look down the gun of 4 more players coming in, a total of 4. Gonna get 1 kill at this point. Gonna try to walk out. Jerko saying, no, I've got a double bandage toss ready for you, and won't need to throw the second one there, but that'll be kill over to Jerkle. So 1 for 1 on that side, but losing a pretty heavy source of damage out of that Quinn. And Mystifer, 1 ability doing so much damage onto Darkin. That's something to look out for in these team fights. Can Mystifer get onto Darkin to start the team fight? As we see Jerkle willing to go into Captain Felch, going to be forced to rocket jump out of there. Not much follow-up to do at this point as Mystifer takes the bot lane turret, but regrouping opportunity now for the Naughty Noxians to see what more they can take, as both teams ready for this team fight. Gonna both be 5-man strong, but maybe health advantage to the side of the Bilgewater Babes. And maybe positioning advantage here as Bandage Toss just misses. Shangarhythm looking for somebody to fight. Chef saying he might be the person you have a chance at, and I'm just kidding. Chef saying he looking to eat and does.
Yeah, the distance there.
Yeah, without Chabber's healing available, that's a tough fight. If you can find that same situation with maybe 1 more carry with you, it would be good. But Sour Sam looking to go in as quickly as possible. No miss for here to put out the damage, so Darkin survives momentarily. Gonna get the style up on those 2 tanks, with Cosmic Radiance dropping through, but stunned up during it. Dazzle forcing the 2 away, and this is just eating time for Captain Felch to take the mid lane. A lot of damage coming out from Mystifer, but will drop, takes another one with them. We're in a 2v2 situation now towards the mid lane, as Jacob Nectar gonna put out some damage. Chef Zangy able to walk away, and it's just Jerkle now, but not enough damage for the side of Naughty Noxians to continue pushing in. They're gonna go back. They're going to farm up what they can from the enemy jungle here, and they're going to regroup with the team.
I call that a stalemate in Battleship.
The board game?
Yes.
Missed.
B7?
Hit.
C7.
Missed.
P8.
Missed.
Fuck. I mean, frick.
Wait, how'd you get to go again? This is ridiculous.
I used my power up. I shoot
Global Democracy?
ICBM from one of my submarines.
Aren't they all ICBMs?
No, some of them are bigger, badder. Some of them are smaller.
If you could get me a version of battleships that also has power-ups and dice and cards, I would play that.
One of my first coding projects actually in high school was to build a battleship. That sucked. I'll tell you that.
The game or the project?
Yes, the project.
It's not the version that I can pay $9.99 on my phone for today.
No, it's free. And it works okay.
It has worked, is what I'm hearing. The fight continues. Breakout. Oh, behind enemy line. Shongrhythm goes in, gets a shutdown, gets a second shutdown, and everybody's dropping on the side of Naughty Noxians. Great positioning. This is what we talked about earlier from the Quinn, being able to come from behind the enemy, pick up those quick kills on the Misfer, and at this point, we're willing to trade this bot lane inhibitor for top lane. I don't for the neutral objective here. At this point, Sour Sam, knowing they could push into Shongrhythm, they're going to be forced to fight under the tower, but there it is. We see Baron Nashor dropping to the side of Bilgewater Babes, and we go right back and forth as, again, we continue to get closer and closer to max items on both teams. Welcome to the chat, Frosty. It's good to see you. How are games going tonight, friend? Are they this spicy?
And if we look at that gold lead, it's narrowed down to 3,000.
3, and again, diminishing returns on that as the game extends longer and longer. We're seeing people getting close to their final items here. And I'm getting mixed reviews out of the Pearl League friends here. Some spicy games, some ordering mild sauce, and another dragon. Dragon number 6 on the game, could be 3 or soul if Naughty Noxians want to push in for that soul, and that could change the course of the fight, particularly with the Bilgewater Babes clinging to just a little bit of health. That execute coming from the Dragon Soul could, or sorry, that's only for Elder. The Dragon Soul here pushing us to the Elder point might be very, very important for them. As positioning battle potentially going over to Bilgewater closer to the Dragon Pit. Shongrhythm looking for an angle. Yes, we are. Darken trying to stay to the backline to not hit it. Quinn not finding the angle right now is going to look to go on to Mystifer if they can. Get a quick pop on there. As Nectar forced to walk in. Knockup coming from Rakan. Rakan getting one. Double knockup coming through the Malphite. And a lot of damage coming through. We see one Zanyas over to Nectar. Will die in the end. Darken popping off in the middle. Picks up 2 there. Slaying John coming back to help their friend. And just like that, the fight continues over. They do get Mystifer. Now that's a pretty important part of Naughty Noxian's damage at this point. Captain Felch looking to walk back in, wisely choosing not to until the help of Zangy arrives. And Jerkle may be caught in a spot where Captain can unload a lot of damage here. If there's one thing Captain can do a lot of damage in this position on, though, it's Dragon, and they're doing so. It's going to go down. Soul over to the side of Naughty Noxians. Continued fight on the Jerkle. Yeah, Bandage toss for 1. It looks like kill's going to go over to Captain Felch at this point now. Feed me, team. And Shongrhythm jumping back into the middle of this, wants to keep the fight alive as the rest of the team might be closer from this side. Darken, if Darken can hit the stacks here, is going to get 1. Might pick up a second one and continued fight. Might get a third. And we are live or die Darken versus Mystifer right now. This is a scary situation for both teams. But very nicely having that Baron buff is going to help them defend this base. Might be able to hold out now as we see 86 kills in this game, almost dead even at the 41.5-minute mark.
And Baron buff is actually down now.
It was just for show.
Just for show.
Just for show. Okay, yep. We're getting... That sounds like there is a lot of talk about spice in the Pearl League. It is happening. Shots fired.
Noticing Jogon for calling us a brat casting group. A brat caster is what I'm doing right now, which is letting Gunny, the actual caster, do his job, and I'm here to support by nodding my head and agreeing.
That's the least brat thing you could do in this situation.
Well, I get paid to do this.
That's they're paying you?
That's what makes
we're gonna
makes
talk
me a
later.
brat. What else?
And
are
here we go.
bumping? We're bumping. Let's see. Tarek's Ultimates. We're bumping that. We're bumping Echo's Rewinds. And
let's give it a name. You give me your name, or is Rewind the name?
It's Chrono Shift. Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't know. I don't play League of Legends.
Oh, that's so true. I forgot. You're just a Battleship player. And a ton of damage coming out from Bilgewater Babes. Caught out our Naughty Noxians a little bit in that mid lane.
Is the game turning? The tide? Like, is the tide being turned?
It feels like the turntables have turned here, as Shangrhythm going to go back in under the safety of this tower. Still so much health, so much armor out of Sour Sand. Might be able to stay alive here long enough to drop this quid, but no. Popped under the tower in Dark and still spinning, doing damage here. And will pick up another tower, going to push likely all the way into this Nexus. And you're right, Vibros, we're seeing everything, the entire script getting flipped in the latter half of this film.
And the Bilgewater Babes is finally ahead in gold for the first time in, let's say, 40 minutes.
And almost ahead in kills at this point, as they're staring down the last two turrets, protecting them from their first victory of the night. This is all standing in their way. They're going to go with 280 carries directly onto those turrets. They might be able to end the game right here. Here comes the enemies. Jerkle going to stop them momentarily, and that seems like it has to be enough damage for them to get this victory. 1-1.
What a turnaround.
Holy moly, that's the exact play they needed. Oh my goodness.
We caught that in 4K.
Not me, but something was in 4K.
Yeah,
it was amazing.
Not you, but
we'll do every trick in the book. That's not doing it.
What's crazy is like your hand does look like pretty good quality. Like I could see like the
moisturizer.
I could see the moisturizer.
No, that's
your
where the quality comes
soft,
from.
Gunny. Okay, let's see. They are going against Zon Zaddy's next.
Mm-hmm.
Let me get that
beautiful
in there. Zon Zaddy's. And now I need to join their lobby.
If I can, one last ditch effort to up the quality over here, but keep your eyes closed.
Are you opening YouTube in the background while?
Oh, I'm uploading and downloading.
Uploading and downloading.
Man, what a crazy game there, though. What a turnaround. Way to stay in it. This is why we play till the end every single week.
That's
right.
Exactly. There are no forfeits in CMSA.
No, well, I think it's allowed actually, but has to be agreed on by both teams.
To do, though.
Yeah, you will be shunned socially.
I think I once suggested that we forfeit, and they removed League of Legends from my computer. So
bottoms are always the loudest.
So true. Hey, we let you play ARAM.
I don't play ARAM.
Thanks, Austin.
I just run it. My players don't talk to me.
Well, I think some of your scenes might be muted. That's what it is.
Not this one though. I see my microphone is coming through.
It's a rough situation when your microphone doesn't work and my camera doesn't work. We have one of two casters.
We have one caster. It's my face and your words.
That's what the people want. You said we're playing. Is it Piltover in game 3 here?
Zon Zaddies.
Oh, I was not even close. On that is. All right. This is a team of Grim Rosie, J9, the K9, Must-Zoo, Salad Avenger, and Tender Kitty, possibly using a couple of different in-game names here as we flip around momentarily into this game. And this is our 1-1 Naughty Noctons now looking into game 3. What are you expecting for bans against this team now, Vibros, now that we've seen 2 games here? What are you banning if you're against them game 3?
Against the Naughty Noxons?
Yes.
I'm banning Jarvan.
Okay.
I want to ban Shyvana, but I don't want to do Zangy dirty like that, so I will not be banning Shyvana. I'll ban Echo, though, for sure. That Echo is terrifying. I think I would rather go against the Talia, because I know how Talia works more than I do Echo, so I could probably fight against that Talia. I have a better chance against her.
Talia was pretty scary, though.
Yes, no, Talia is very scary, but maybe I'd just take Talia for myself. I'd play Talia.
Okay. Played. Allegedly.
That Nasus was scary. I'm gonna ban Nasus. You know what? Tomkinch. Wait, they didn't play Tomkinch last game, did they?
They banned it, actually.
Oh wow.
It got played against them. Blaine played it game 1.
I see.
Finally get a dog in the background for you, Robin.
Oh yes, doggy time. Okay, it looks like draft's coming up. Let me pull that up.
Beautiful. I think I agree with you. You're definitely taking away this Echo. That Talia, I think, was scary enough to deserve a ban on its own, too. I know there's ways to play around it, but Mystifer for sure was just coming in so strong. And yeah, that's little Nasus in the background. Little K9 action.
No spark between us anyway.
If I'm picking Talia or Echo, it's definitely Echo. Because Mystifer went 21 and 13 on Echo.
I think, and looking at the draft order too, it looked like the Talia was picked up and the Echo were both picked up in the second round. So I think really Mystifer's not looking to blind pick either of those. So I think you ban the Echo round 1 and then maybe ban the Talia round 2, hoping they don't pick it, particularly if you don't show your 80 carry. But we do have Jarvan dropping here and Shyvana, so 2 targets down to Zangy. Victor coming out as well. Could be a Mystifer ban, could be a Sour Sand ban, not sure at this point. As the Jhin is we're gonna switch off the Tristana here, going to the Jhin, the safe long range pick here in the Jhin. Maybe not wanting to play into another one of those Samiras. But good early game pressure from the Naughty Noxons, despite, it comes out as an L at the end of the game, but they did have pretty strong control of that game for a while, and we're winning a lot of the early 1v1s, especially top and mid, getting super far ahead. And the bot lane as well, when Zangy found the opportunities to sneak down there, at least breaking even on a couple of them, even when outmatched, allowing to continue the pressure on the opposite side of the map, as we see Janna getting picked up here. So maybe not quite the aggressive bot lane with the Kaisa Janna that we saw from game 2. An opportunity for cross picks for the bot lane.
We're gonna see
maybe revealing.
probably.
I wouldn't be surprised, but again, maybe saving it for the second round here, as we see likely John Sona and perhaps a Zangy jungle pick here.
If it's not Jarvan and Shyvana, who's it gonna be? No one for now.
Oh, Sour Sand picking up that Garen.
Show all their cards just yet.
No, but maybe forcing them to either ban out the mid lane or do. For me, I'm double banning towards the mid lane at this point, as now you flash the Vex, and I think that's a pretty good pick ban round there. knowing that you're not going to see the opponent until the second round. Bans coming out here. Yeah, I think an Echo, Talia, or these players happen to know each other's pools a little bit more than I do. So Diana, that is the third pick for Zangy, is the Diana.
If they don't ban Echo or Talia, I'll be very disappointed. But also very excited to see some really good gameplay coming out of Mr.
Yeah, last pick available for them. It won't be the Vex.
Aurora.
And now that
is the last ban.
And we did see Aurora banned out last game too. And I wondered if it was somebody's pick, or like me, you just don't know what she does and don't want to play against her.
You don't have to be afraid of me.
Ari's the last ban.
Third Ari ban. This most certainly is Mystifer saying, I don't want to go against Ari tonight. Even with the Vex on the board. Rare to see, but I have seen Vex flex around in top lane on occasion, get those ranged mages up there. And the Vi will drop in here, so a free ticket to the back lane with the Vi. Shout out to our Arcane fans here. Character you recognize on the board. As we are out of the bot lane, we are looking for jungle and mid at this point. Both are going to have to pick in this round.
They're going to have to pick right now.
Oh, there it is.
This is the third game.
And nothing but consistent is the Ruby division, and you gotta appreciate that.
A fire alarm is going off? This is interesting. Oh. This is a little...
Okay,
suspect.
We too hot? Man, I do like the commitment to pulling the fire alarm, though. That is... Hopefully OK is our friend and not a real fire.
Anything to get out of the draft.
The draft dodgers, huh?
Yeah, let's rename their team. They're no longer the Naughty Noxons. They're the Naughty Dodge Draft Dodgers.
Oh, no. Well, hopefully all is well with our friend right now with the fire alarms going off. It's an odd time for a drill. But we have had issues like this happen in the past before, so we'll get that figured out. In the meantime, Vibros has been working... Oh, let's not do that. Vibros has been working on his juggling skills. Oh, goodness. All 8-bit of graphics will live here for the next little bit. So we will not be having Vibros name every character from Demacia. I will be right in your face for the next couple minutes. So now is the time where we'd start a good puzzle party, or we would play... Oh, am I not blurry? Oh, that seems very sarcastic. I feel very blurry. Oh, goodness. It looks so good everywhere else. It might have been jinxed. But we can pull up here and see how everybody has been faring on the other sides of the leaderboard. If this is your first season, or perhaps if it's not your first season with us, it's one of the first seasons in a while we've been able to have 3 divisions running again for League of Legends. So we've been following the Ruby division all night. That is our middle division. That is our kind of our upper gold plat area, maybe low diamond at times, and then diamond plus in our Topaz League. And I don't have control of your screen right now to tell you how anybody is doing, but it looks like we are into game 3 right now for the Topaz League. 2 wins already for Shyvana's Simps. Shyvana's Simps, the team of Eli, Aiden, Boomer DeWalrus, Holographite, and MTP. Picking up 2 quick wins, and they're facing off against Garen's Gat right now. The team of Storm and Thuzai, Boiled Mustard, Death's Daughters, and Poggle. So looking to go 3-0 potentially there. On the other side of the bracket, it's Team Girl Boss Leona, which is Faker is Insane, Diabolic Penguin, Nine Diamond, Fake Off, and Thundercats Woe. Facing off against Pookie Jarvan, Ginger Oxide, Capri, I've never known how to say this correctly. Is it Siwabi? Somebody correct me in the chat here. Nabito and Pichu. Ooh, a lot of names we've seen come up from the Ruby League. And Zeke's here. Hello, Zeke. A lot of people do have this shirt, and it would be because we do a lot of other things around the Chicago and greater Chicago area. If you're in the Discord, always look out for those opportunities to join some other events. This was from our participation at Summerfest, where we raised a ton of money for the organization so we can buy more tablecloths and have other fun events. I do think that Chroma or Sam says it's Kwai Baby. I don't know if that's correct or not. I've heard it before. I'll wait for the official word in the ear to correct myself. But come on out whenever you see those events right now. If I were to mosey on over to that section right now, I bet you I would see some events. And there is one on the board right now, and it's our IRL hangout at the North End. That's going on Friday, September 6th at 7:30 p.m. at the North End. If you're anywhere near that area, you should stop on out. A lot of people are going to be there. There's at least 6. Oh, I'm not interested yet. 7 people now who are interested in this event. This happens to be the day before out in the park at Six Flags. So again, if you are in the Chicago or greater Chicago area and want to come hang out with us at the North End, please do so. And the next day, why not come out in the park at Six Flags? If you're going to out in the park, I believe tickets are already on sale at this point. So you're going to want to get those tickets very, very quickly because those tend to sell out. I think they only open up the park to a small group of people. Pre-sales are $46, I'm being told. And I'm also being told, yes, perhaps Giraffesicle will be there. That would be amazing. Let's get only 5,000 people. If you haven't been, it is a fun time. The park is open to only those 5,000 people, which means you can just run around and hit every ride very, very quickly. It is a blast, and I would love to see so many people there. John has just threatened some people in the chat. We'll ignore that. Please just come if you want to have a fun time and you're good people. That's fantastic. They let me in, so that was great.
Shrimp Wheels, that is incorrect.
No, not until the games end. I think Vibros has a separate channel elsewhere.
Link in the chat.
Fantastic. Oh,
I heard a little shirt talk a little bit earlier while I was stepping out. And yes, we did not plan this.
It just happens.
Thank you.
Not bad. Your glue's coming up a little on the right side. Beautiful. As hopefully, again, our friends are doing okay. Making our way into game 3 here. A couple technical difficulties of the smoke variety.
Whose fire alarm went off? Let's see.
I'm
not gonna.
we're gonna send Vibros to go help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I know whose fire.
Actually, that's what it is. This is the firefighter mustaches. We're gonna go assist.
We fight fires. That's us.
On the side.
That's actually what Vibros After Hours consists of. It's just me and Justin fighting fires.
I set the fires.
And we both put them out.
For the fame and the glory, of course.
For the views.
For the views. Yeah. It's also vlogged. I forgot to say that. Well, 2 exciting games here. I can't believe the turnaround we saw in game 2. They had a chance to put them away. Was the Naughty Noxons, and eventually we saw the tenacity come out for the victory there. very excited for the matchup here, getting into game 3. Hopefully we'll be able to get everybody back involved for it. But we still have an additional, what is it, 7 weeks of play after this to get excited for. I think this season pushes all the way out past the halfway point of September. I think our last week is the 17th of September. So you'll be able to catch the action here all week. We switch between leagues for the stream every single week. So next week we should be looking at our Topaz division. And that'll be our first look on stream of the introduction of the Topaz division. But if you are not already an avid CMSA follower, you need to get on that website and check out all the cool things we have going on. We have more than just League of Legends. I know we're running our League of Legends league right now, but coming up very soon, starting next week on the 14th, is Vibros' own ARAM League. Same time, same place, 8 p.m. Central Time. If that's not your cup of tea, maybe you come back on a Thursday, watch us play some Overwatch. We'll get that going.
7 Central Time.
Oh, 7. Sorry, this is converted to my time. Set 8 o'clock Eastern. That's going to be super fun if you're over here on my part of the world. 7 o'clock Central. Overwatch is on Thursdays. We're seeing Dungeons and Dragons the first week starting up this week, and you're seeing one of our DMs here next to me as well. It's gonna be super exciting.
I will actually be your DM. Isn't
You
that
are my
crazy?
DM. This is gonna be so much fun. It should be exciting. You're gonna have to baby me into it because it is my first campaign.
I'm so excited for you. And it's my first time DMing too, so
thank you for ushering me into this exciting world. I will take any and all advice from the chat on what is D&D, and maybe in League of Legends terms to help me out. But that is kicking off on the 10th. I believe we're following one table for the whole season here, the 9-week season. Is that correct for D&D?
8 weeks, I believe.
8-week season. So go ahead and set yourself up on Saturday to watch the first game and follow along through the entire campaign to see what happens. It's always amazing to see what our community members come up with, and that is our own Radio Owls streaming his table. Fantastic DMing, of course. Dead by Daylight always streaming on Sundays. That league has already commenced. Maybe you were here last Sunday to see it. And Fortnite kicking off on August the 19th on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central. And that round off most of our schedule except for that hangout at the North End, because we don't do anything else on a Friday but hang out in person. So come join us. Set your calendar for the 6th of September for that. I believe we're following Radio Owls for the Dungeons and Dragon League for the entire season.
Radio Owls will be on this stream. Different DMs may stream to their own Twitch channels.
Beautiful, because I believe this season they're not all at the same time now. Is that correct for the different tables?
This season it's asynchronous, so the different tables will be playing at different times, but the Radio Owls table will be Saturday night with a few of the other tables also happening at the same time. But I think it's about like half and half that are going to be Saturday, and then the other half are like any day of the week, really. I think there's a Wednesday table. Yeah, I think it's the best move. Get the most people in, to the best of their ability. Oh, it looks like they're finding a sub. The sub for Zangi's team is Tavi17.
Oh, Tavi.
We love
Fantastic.
Tavi.
Yeah. Bring in Tavi, avid CMSAer, who I bet you will be at the North End event on September the 6th.
Tavi
starting
will
at
be there.
7:30. I've never not seen Tavi there.
Looks like Zangi's asking which champions they banned because they forgot. Tender Kitty saying no bans.
Thanks, Slide. No bans actually happened. Now it might be a change of strategy too, bringing Tavi in, depending on who they banned at this point. I think we could probably run through them. Actually, on the right side, it was Victor, and then it was double bans, Jarvan and Shyvana. And then the last one was an Aurora ban on that side. But before Aurora was the Echo ban, right?
I don't think there was an Echo ban. No.
Not an Echo ban. Who was? Oh, it was Diana. Diana and then Aurora on one. And then left to right on the other side, Ari, of course, came out at the end because we never want to see Ari. And I don't remember the rest of their bans. But that's pretty good. I think 6 is pretty good.
I sent that list over, and then they started the game immediately. So they are now drafting.
Okay.
I think they're just banning random champions. I think they know what champion pool they have, though.
Okay. Okay, we'll see them roll into it. Exciting way to get into the last game here. Hopefully, again, our friends are okay. This is a league. We're here to have fun and support each other. So sad to see if somebody has to step out for a little while, but hopefully everything's going okay, and we'll get back into the action here for Game 3, rounding out Week 2 of Season 15. Numbers.
More numbers. Let me throw out some. 33, 41, 67.
All prime numbers. Particularly 2. Amazing. Of course, our computer whiz would kick out only prime numbers. Well, not 33.
Not 33. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and show what they're drafting.
All right.
Not any news to us though.
I'm sure the people want to see us longer. But there we go. Vi comes back. Oh yes, Zeri. Yep. Yeah. They are matching the exact bands from last time. Nice job, everybody. A lot of big Fortnite turnout here tonight. Hi, friends. Apparently, Ez will be at Radio Owl's table. As famously of Fortnite and also this stream in the chat at one point.
Let's get Ez in here. Ez, do you want to join the stream?
Ez has casted League of Legends before on that April Fool's stream.
Ez was a caster?
I believe that happened.
Yo, that's crazy.
I have to go back and... If you haven't, you happen to miss one of these streams because you're on vacation, fire alarms go off, anything like that, you can always check the VOD over on our YouTube page. Super fun. Yeah, also Xander has casted for League of Legends a mere 7 days ago. Yeah. Basically, grizzled veterans in the chat today.
Of fear.
Ignorant thrall.
Last band's coming through, and this is where we'll start to see differences pop out here. As again, this point of the pick ban, Vex most likely going to that mid lane, so aware is Mystifer who they will be against for that matchup. Unknown is the enemy top laner for the Garen. Who will Sour Sam be matched up against, as Kaisa was already known, comes back through. And by God, we may have done it.
The jungler last time?
No, I think this is right where we ended last time, because the Vi was picked up in place of Kaisa. And Wei flashed and grabbed. Yeah, so 3 different champions for Mystifer tonight, going back to the mage.
Mystifer is really talented.
I'd say so. And picking the champion, if you don't know Hui or you don't know League so much, Hui is a champion where every ability has a second set of abilities. So if you are using your key QWER buttons, every time you press one of those buttons, you can press one of those buttons again, and it has a different ability. So you can press QQ or QE, which makes for some kind of math a lot of abilities. Just wild. I think that's just 16. See Fibros' eyes flittering.
Yes. So there's 3 abilities per 3. That's 3 times 3. That's 9, right?
Does
Wait.
the ultimate also do that?
No, the ultimate is just 1 ability.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah, 3 or
So
wait, can
10.
you use the ultimate with one of the sub abilities?
No.
Oh, okay.
When you press Q, you get like the 3 options, and then the R goes back to the 3 categories.
So we know right about the time when you left the game, Hui just come out and you debated playing Hui.
I liked Hui. I don't think I played him enough to really like develop a full opinion on whether or not I can play him.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna say today, right now, if you put me on Hui, I wouldn't know what to do with him.
You say no Hui?
No Hui. Put me on Jin though. I think I'd have a lot of fun.
Well, there you go. And we're gonna get to the Tavi come in and pick up that Jin here. Going to be playing into the Kai'Sa Janna bot lane. So again, very, very safe Kai'Sa Janna until you get some levels there, and then Kai'Sa can be a bit of a menace. Might be able to jump directly onto Jin with the full ability combinations here. But also safe lane is Jin Sona, and a lot of damage capability out of Jin early game, having an innate stun in the kit. And Sona, of course, offering a lot of shielding. So again, we'll go back to the Fortnite analogies here. Sona going to give you a lot of that health with a little bit of shielding. Janna, straight shielding. Straight shield bots. Keep you nice and safe. Also going to give you a little bit of damage every time. Damage buff when Janna shields you. Sona, pretty versatile, going to give you that movement speed, going to give you also a lot of damage too, depending on how John wants to build this. Sona's known for playing forward in the lane, perhaps a little bit more so than the Janna. But otherwise, a pretty beefy, healthy team out of the Garen, the Warwick, and the Sona. So I'm expecting to see some heel cut coming out of the side of... Oh, I said it wrong earlier. This is our Zon Zaddies.
Who put draft
Most likely
Dodgers there?
That's
not
there
their
we go.
team
The
name.
Draft Dodgers.
There we go.
Zon Zaddies. A beefy front line and Tom Kench, and a free option to the back line. Now, they have multiple champions that, when hitting their skill shots, can go directly to the back line. That's Vex and Kai'Sa, and no skill shot needed for Vi. So, multiple options to go directly into a Hui, a Sona, or a Jin versus the team of Warwick and Garen, who have to come a little bit more of a straight line. They're going to have to run at you to get that damage through. So exciting matchup here, kind of definitive roles, definitive fight styles between the two teams, but really either team could pop off here. After watching game 2, it's very, very hard to call at this point who's going to come away with game 3.
Looks like the
Still
game
the
is
same.
coming up. Here we go.
Beautiful.
Let me reorder.
Same NASA still in the background here. Correct. And as reorderings come through, we see the teams flowing out onto the rift. Quick start here from the side of the Naughty Noxians, opting again back to blue side here. Control of this lower sector of the map, dropping an early ward that does get spotted out by the Vex. Quick positioning in the river to catch this. And now back to that 5-point spread. Garen playing a little bit deep here, going to pick up a little bit of extra vision. But looks like nothing doing here from an early fight perspective.
What did Zangy mean by that?
Some sort of code. I think it's a spell if you read it. You gotta be careful. I don't know if you can read that aloud on stream. And it looks like standard starts, both starting on the bot half of this map, so both junglers clearing up towards their top side. Vision down for the Zonzaddies, our red side team here on the blue buff, so gonna be aware of where this Warwick is going to end up. An additional ward at the chicken, so vision advantage Zonzaddies here. Gonna allow this Tom Kench to play a little bit safer, knowing exactly where that Warwick's gonna end up. Sour Sam saying, skip the safeness. I'm coming straight in at you.
In the words of Charlie XCX, you're always going to lose to people playing safer.
Good life advice.
I think she was talking about Taylor Swift.
be risk adverse. Remember, people who take risks never make it anywhere.
That's right.
You know who wrote that textbook? Somebody who doesn't like risks. It's
So
good
not a
trading here.
financial advisor.
Not a financial advisor. A bookie, but not a financial advisor. Even trading out of the bot lane, slight advantage here maybe for Sour Sam. Again, a lot of healing out of both of them in the top lane. Gray health will become available at 3 for Tom Kench, just hitting it now. Sour Sam passive healing, of course, with Garen. So a lot of opportunities to slap each other for a while as we see both junglers finishing towards the top side. Slightly ahead in this jungle clear is Tender Kitty playing on this Vi here. But Warwick now moving directly in. Gonna step on some vision here as they go to check out the red buff. I love the cohesion here. They might be able to find Tender Kitty finishing up these Gromps, and maybe the non-jungler gonna get picked on a little bit by the jungler here. Chef Zangy forcing out the flash, gonna flash of their own. It's gonna fear momentarily, gonna have just enough damage to pick up first blood. Likely not enough to finish up in the Tom Kench here, but that initial kill in the enemy jungler puts you very far behind. As camps take a little bit longer to respawn, but a second kill actually drops there as a smite must have come through for that one, or dot damage on the red buff.
It was dot damage on the red buff for sure. Quay must have used his QQ and it put him down to 1 HP and Rifle did the rest.
Yeah, I think the slap is the official term for two big beefy boys in the top lane doing no damage.
Yeah, it's interchangeable with wet noodle fight.
Yes, wet noodle fight is correct. And we're seeing a slight advantage. Zonzaddi's a little bit healthier in this bot lane, as John maybe not having the mana pool quite yet to keep Tavi fully healed up, but they were fine farming under tower for a moment as we see another slap fight going on in the top lane here. Willing to trade health as both of them only get beefier. Tom Kench actually opting to go tier early, so maybe advantage to Garen still in the damage department. But that tier is going to be very helpful in proccing out those shields when needed for the gray health. This fight continues. Both of these two players in the top lane are willing to trade with each other often. Neither of them opting for Grasp, both for Conqueror in this matchup, and a lot of conks on the board actually. As fighting mid now, we see J9 the K9. Not a lot of mana here left for this Vex. Gonna attempt to push out Mystifer. Mystifer so strong in those first two games. Back on the Mage of Hui. We saw that roam top being so effective earlier, and did have the opportunity to convert that assist into some spent gold. At this point, is Tender Kitty just getting forced out of their jungle now. Relentless is Zangy, willing to fight, having the double buff. TP coming in mid to support, but Zangy getting what they want, just pushing Tender Kitty off their own jungle at this point, this early in the game, and looking to maybe keep that pressure up a little bit longer. the rude mark of a jungler. Picking on Slide here, typically in the mid lane this season, or perhaps switching over the jungle. Not sure, but enough pressure out of Chef Zangy allows first access to the Grubbies. It is going to be spawed out by Tender Kitty, who of course is in great positioning to counter this. And J9 the K9 with the advantage in the mid right now will be able to react to this quite quickly. Zangy losing a lot of health as Mustafo coming straight in is actually going to help pick up this kill on a Zangy. Mustafo also very low. J9 the K9, great positioning. Going to force Mustafo to run away. A little bit of damage there, but a great flash, but not enough to survive. That's a lot of red characters in the mid lane. Evening up these kills now. 2-2. Still not quite able to convert on those kills into the grubs, and high priority are the grubs for the side of the Naughty Noxians as Zangy runs directly from base back there, already in position as Sour Sam to help pick these up, and it will likely be 3 over to the side of Naughty Noxians, although Zon's of course sitting on top of this early dragon advantage, trading 1 for 1, which seems to be the theme of these games ever since we added in the grubs, usually trading one side to the other. Sour Sam doing their best to keep the camera up on them for a little while, but a ton of damage. We see that rush forward just outside of the range of the tower. Going to be enough to drop here. Getting John and Tavi, dangerous position. Going to get the last proc down into Kaisa, but not enough to do the damage at this point, as only single swords in the inventories. As Chef Zangy going to go deep, getting the flash back from J9 and K9 will be enough to pick up a return kill. And Ultimate now might have the damage to kill either of them, just staying alive as Target Lady, but a flash in, can't get the Q, not enough damage, and reload not up.
Oh no.
One of the worst feelings on a Jhin, being able to have the damage to kill, but forced to reload. And a flash from John says, you know what, you killed me once, but shame on you, I'm coming back and getting my return. As again, Sour Sam pulling the camera up to themselves for a little while in that slap fight. But Chef Zangy looking to fight Tender Kitty. Now slight advantage Tender Kitty, got an early ultimate here and locked on as J9 the K9. Wisely getting the stun out there so they cannot jump into your face. But dropping is Chef Zangy, and John is forced to run out of this area as Tavi shows up, but you don't want to get too close on that immobile 80 carry. No objective to fight over right now. And we'll cut back to top lane where we continue to just slap away. Masu taking some extra damage here. Going to be able to sit in with that gray health. Going to try to turn back around and getting 3 procs on the Sour Sam quite often. But Sour Sam wisely ducking in between the minions. Not going to be able to get that last proc. Mustafo starts to put out the damage, clearing that mid wave. Very, very quickly going to push that right back under tower. Kaisa landing here onto John. Does not have the ultimate, not following up here. Unable to at this point. Just a trade of health. Sour Sam starts working on this tower. You can see the Q damage pretty strong out of the Garen at this point. Going to be able to almost 2-shot this first plate on the tower. Of course, the lowest armor on this tower plate. John looking to march forward, create some separation in the bot lane. We're seeing pretty even CS, slight advantage to the Kaisa at this point. But across the board, advantage to Sour Sam on this Garen right now. Even after this minion wave, likely going to be up at least 10, 11, 12 CS here. And despite Tender Kitty eating a couple of deaths, or eating a single death in their own jungle, they're up now 10 CS over the Warwick, but not the same 3 kills as Sour Sam gets spat out under the turret, but doesn't take the aggro. Is forced to run away now. The marathon begins. Mustafo forcing away the Vex, so J9 and K9 cannot join, allowing Sour Sam to spin their way out of there.
Safe.
spin to win is the strategy. Fight continues though, as straight back in and into a suppression is Tender Kitty. They will drop at this point. Must-Do looking in and staring down the barrel of 3, gonna drop as well, and we are knotted back up and kills. 6-6 gold advantage to the side of Naughty Noxians as slight range fighting continues down here in the bot lane. We're pushing the 11.5-minute mark, additional objectives on the board, and we see what will become Grubbies 4, 5, and 6 going over to the side of Chef Zangy. Zangy really prioritizing those Grubbies when available, knowing that split pushing has its strengths, particularly when you get to that mid to late game, and always the option to go back to Dragons later, as there's not a lot of pressure from the side of Zonzaddies onto that objective right now. We're seeing them close down in the area. Pushing out is our Kaisa, trying to fight for positioning over this dragon, as there are 4 potential players in the area from either team. Warwick walking up through the jungle, going to clear 1 camp, and Vi already in the area, picking up that ever-important scuttle for additional vision and movement outside the objective. Great shot from Tavi, getting damage, and will have ultimate up right now. Might not have the mana temporarily. Chef Zangy caught a little bit out. John coming in to protect, does not have that jump away that Rakan had last game, but does have an ultimate to stop the rest of the team. Tender Kitty, no ultimate available, a mere 20 seconds away at this point. Mystifer willing to walk in, create some separation, and Tender Kitty, yeah, great zoning on both teams, willing to step in to push away the enemy to get their friend out. That's, well, we'll let the crowd tell you what these two are up to.
They're wet noodle fighting.
That's it. But Heartsteel already picked up from the side of Tom Kent, so maybe slight advantage going over there, as we see Naughty Noxians very quickly evening up those Drakes 1 apiece, and holding on to a 1.5K lead here in the gold. Now Sour Sam will have ultimate available, so if he can drop this Tom Kench into kill range, that will execute. But a well-timed shield could prevent from the side of our Tom Kench. Must-Do potentially playing with fire a little bit here, looking for just some more procs on that Heartsteel, already up to 46 at this point. Has the tier. That's no other defensive items at this point.
Justin, you may need to put your hand up at the camera.
I think it's better like this anyway. I might just leave it for a little while. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you can get their camera.
Oh, it'll try. I think I'm just gonna have to force my settings here later. Yeah, just close your eyes and there it is. Ultimate comes down for Garrett. Maybe I have to close out of the website here. So sad.
No, I think your camera's just out of focus. You know, if your camera's out of focus...
Actually, that's true.
Oh, now
it is out of focus. Oh, it's gotten worse. It for sure is out of focus. Oh no.
That's okay. If you're out of focus,
I'm sure it'll come back.
The game should go out of focus.
Oh, yeah, change the whole game state. That'd be great. Well, that seems like a tomorrow problem. The fight continues.
The slap fight.
But not a slap fight here, as we see a potential dive angle. Tavi staving this off pretty well, but a lot of damage coming through from Target Lady. Great positioning here. Kaisa also putting down a lot of damage. Dovahkiin. Great positioning here. They're going to look to drop this tower pretty low, as we see Tender Kitty fighting off too. John is a little busy helping out Mystifer here, unable to support the Jhin on the bot lane, and the fight breaks out as a lot of damage actually comes from the way onto J9K9. And there we are, bot lane roaming over now that the enemies have backed, getting that control. There's no objective at this point to fight for. But gold at this point, very important. And I think what a lot of players miss at least I know I miss in my games, is remembering to spend that gold before those objectives. It's super helpful to have kills and to get ahead in CS, but until you translate that into actual purchases, then it might as well be nothing. So particularly right before you get to, and we see the jump.
Going? Oh, whoa! Wait, did they
That
change?
thing is, it's so hard to control.
Well, it looked like he was able to do a little 180 real fast. I feel like that wasn't possible.
Yeah, another ultimate comes through.
A little wall.
Yeah, as long as you put it down before the flash happens, it will come through. And Tavi, maybe luckily they're sidestepping. The shot from Kaisa gonna stay alive a little bit longer. Sour Sam now translating that pressure from the top lane towards the mid lane. We've got one tower down. There's no reason for you to be up there now. Chef saying he coming in to support. Maybe not having a target right now, but J9 the K9 forcing the issue. This is a 2v4 though as we push into the tower. Tower going to provide some protection and is going to be enough to force the two beefy boys away from the top side. But John committing now to this rotation mid. Tavi saying that tower's already gone. I'm going to get some free farm for a little while. Go support elsewhere. Let me scale. Let me get my farm alone. John doing so. Sour Sam mostly back to full health here, eating some damage. Not quite the tank raid boss yet. And also opting for attack speed out of the boots. So we're playing that spin to win version of Garen. Going to be very, very scary.
I'm not familiar with this version.
Oh.
That's Stride Breaker on him too?
Yeah, so Garen's procs of spinning are affected by your attack speed. So the more you get, more attack speed you get, the more often you're proccing.
And what does that do for Garen? That gives him more spins?
More damage.
More
yeah.
damage. So attack speed translates into attack damage?
More procs of the spin. So he's spinning continuously, but how often it actually applies damage, that's affected by your attack speed.
Okay, gotcha.
It's not just one continuous damage source.
I didn't realize there were procs on his spins.
Yeah, and I think I'm apparently slipping into a pixel coma at this point.
I mean, you look great for a blurry mess.
Yeah, if you squint your eyes, I'm now a watercolor painting, I think, at this point.
What are we gonna do?
Oh man, there's no way out of it. We've done all the tricks.
Oh, I think you're coming into focus.
I think it's not quite clear, but the fight breaking out here, kicked back out as Sour Sam won't have an opportunity to get in with those spins yet. John supporting as strongly as possible right in the middle of this fight. Kaisa being forced to run to the backside here and just dropping his tender kitty, almost getting rid of that flash. And we're seeing a ton of damage now coming out of Sour Sam. Still alive is Must-Zoo, but must run at this point and drops. The only one surviving is Target Lady, slipping out the back door real quickly. KDA protected. That will be Dragon number 2. Water Drake picked up, or Hextech Drake picked up now. And we have time to clear out vision and extend this gold lead, which has now hit 4K. And another turret close to dropping here in this mid lane. Sour Sam sensing the blood of that statue, gonna run right for it. As Mystifer doing the same towards the bot lane, eating a little bit of damage, but getting a full proc out of that whatever combination in the bot lane. J9 and the K9 eating the brunt of that blow. And a lot of bounties up again. Naughty Noxons, we've seen this every game so far. They get ahead, they have these bounties available, and the key now for them is not to give those up. Hold on to them as long as they can. Get some more pressure on this map. Keep extending it, and you see that Chef saying running straight forward, saying no extra vision for you. This is my jungle, stay out of it.
What's the next move for this for Zonzaddies?
Well, they're doing a good job here. You see Target Lady moving and trying to clear some vision. I think it might be a little presumptuous getting vision all the way out into the river. I'd like to see at least pushing into their own jungle, because they're gonna have to find a pick here. You have Vex, you have Tender Kitty on the Vi, and you have your Kaisa here, who, of course, all three can jump in very, very quickly. So if you can find somebody split out like this way on the bot side, you'd have a chance to go in. But right now we have fight breaking out in the upper river. And Zonzaddy's choosing to play this pretty slow, which is good, because I don't think they win that fight flat out. But now split up, they don't have the opportunity to pick somebody off except for maybe John here. But Chef Zangy doing a fantastic job covering the difference. We see a beautiful landscape, but what we want to see is the Summoner's Rift. And the fight does not translate to anything as the wave gets cleared out. Bot lane from the Vex, we go back to farming the jungle, but slowly suffocating out Zonzaddies at this point, who are forced deep into their own jungle, not getting to claim all the resources. Sour Sam still at a strong advantage here, up in the CS, up in that bounty, but growing slowly. Tom Kench, our Must-Zoo here, getting these stacks up and does have TP available at this point. So if there is a pick somewhere on the map, could go there quite quickly. Could also go to join a pick and return quite quickly if needed to stop the split push. I'm so close to finding Mystifer. Is half of the team of Zonzaddies. Has to drop back as they were on vision. Likely get away was Mystifer. But now able to go back and spend, and we see an opportunity to close on Tavi, and that's the pick we're looking for to stay in this game. That's a shutdown over to Kaisa. Yeah, Tavi able to go back and pick up a rapid fire cannon at this point, so not sitting on too much of a gold deficit as the pixelation figures itself out, apparently.
You look great.
Oh, thank you. It's looking good the whole time, you just couldn't tell.
I needed to get my prescriptions.
Prescriptions filled. And come back to my team, says Must-Do, but a flash from Sour Sam is going to save him momentarily,
Like
except...
that shutdown goes to Tom Kench.
Yeah, across the board now, the gold's starting to spread out. The only bounty still left on the board is on way, and I don't see Mystifer walking into death right now, actually turning this quickly into a Baron as Zonzaddy's converting on this, and out of position are Naughty Noxon's not ready to spawn into this immediately. Tavi slowly walking up on the bot side is going to take the portal to get in there. It might be too little too late to stop the Baron. Here comes the push in. Chef Zangy in position for a steal, has the vision to do so, has an opportunity to go in, gets the stun up. Curtain call from the opposite side, and it's stolen by Chef Zangy. Experienced jungler here, walks in, picks it up, now has to survive their way out, and they will, picking up another kill from Kaisa on the way out, and the tables have turned so quickly. What a great movement from Zonzaddies, but split up beautifully by Naughty Noxons. Pulled away from that fight, and one turret dropping immediately. Could lead to two turrets, but perhaps now we have the champion portals out in this Hextech game, so able to get quickly to these team fights is pretty much everybody. And at this point, Naughty Noxons are just holding back Zonzaddy so they can pick up this dragon. Might be able to find another kill here as the tornado just misses from Target Lady, and there it goes. Not even force shot. 2 more shots to go as Tavi waiting to use it on an opponent. Doesn't get the stun. No damage came through. Would have stunned now. Force shot comes out. And we have an opportunity to push down on this turret. It looks like we're saying yes as Mystifer gets one from afar. This turret's surely gone at this point. Don't know if we have the health bars to go all the way in, but we have 20, 30-second death timers at this point. We can maybe get through one of the towers for sure, and a chance to escape with the portals available. Minions pushing in pretty hard. We've got one and maybe split decisions here as Sona leaves the area. We're going in deep. J9 the K9 caught underneath will drop. That forces Tender Kitty to come out from the turret and dropping quickly. Kaisa fighting for their life, gets a shutdown. Might not be able to convert that goal into anything at this point as we have 4 members still barreling down and out from the side. Mystifer picks up another one. must stay alive here. Target Lady trying their best to keep them there, but that will be another kill, another turret, and the last remaining defense for this Nexus goes down. We see Tavi filling in, getting 5 kills in this game, 5 kills to the mid laner, 5 kills to the top laner, and that spells disaster for Zon Zaddies.
GG.
Oh, we had so many ups and downs this week. Our Naughty Noxians finished themselves off in a 2-1 across this series.
They played well in every single game tonight. The only thing they weren't great at was completing drafts.
But consistent, and it's all about consistency here. We had our own ups and downs. I think I'm even visible at this point. So
Yeah.
it's been an exciting night. It's been a long night. Thank you all for joining us. I had a fantastic time here. Again, check out if you were here watching League of Legends, but somehow it isn't your cup of tea, well, we got things going on pretty much every other night of the week. Don't forget to mark your calendars for September the 6th. That's Friday, 7:30 p.m. over at the North End for our in-person hangout. And the following day is Out in the Park. Make sure to look that up at Six Flags. Get your pre-sale tickets now. I think $46. $46 is what I'm being told. That's excellent.
I'm hearing that as well.
Beautiful.
And you'll see
otherwise
us on stream again Thursday when we stream Overwatch.
Yes.
It'll be Banty's first time streaming, I believe. So come tune in to see her do that.
Yay. Fantastic. Well, anything for the viewers before we go, Vibros?
Demacia champions, Garen, Lux, Galio.
And that's it, everybody. Thank you so much. Be good people. Take care of each other.
Goodbye.
Have a good night.